Station, my brother.
Station.
Good to be here, man. Good to be here.
Well, you know what they say, Dylan. It takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent's fritters. Come on.
Hey, and you know what they also say? Meat's meat, and a man's gotta eat.
Truer words never been spoken.
Hey, but we also got us a special guest to join me and my awesome co-host, Rockin' Robbie. My main man, Steph, is in the building, brother. Dude, thank you, brother. Dude, thanks for coming, bro. I know you reached out and told me you enjoyed it, so I was like, dude, I was really glad you were able to make it tonight, man.
You know, I liked it. It was one of those movies where I was like pleasantly surprised. Like, you know, I didn't go into it thinking too much about it, and then I ended up really enjoying it. So I always like to take note of movies like that, you know, that catch me off guard.
Hell yeah. It's definitely a unique one, no doubt.
Yeah.
It's one, it's kind of hard to really explain if you're trying to like get someone to watch it, I feel like. But once you watch it, because I like the ending, I feel like is like iconic, and like most people kind of recognize the you know, the freaking, you know, the pig mask with the chainsaw, even if they've never seen the movie, you know. But it's a fun one, man, no doubt. You know, it's a little quirky, you know. It's got some weirdness going for it. It's got some like cannibalism in it, and
some.
So yeah,
some
a lot. Oh man, it's got a little message in there too. I think Robbie would definitely agree on that, man. With all the with what is his name? Is it Vincent? What?
Yeah,
no,
Farmer Vincent.
Yeah, with him always talking about he doesn't use preservatives and all that. You know, that his stuff is all like natural. You know, I love like his dying words to at the end. You know, but it's a great one, no doubt. I'm really glad you're able to join us tonight, Steph. So this will definitely be a fun one. Before we get into it, I want to see if I have any horror.
By the way, everybody, if you're not familiar and you can't read the title of the video or look at the thumbnail, we're talking about Motel Hell.
Yeah, or Motel Hello.
Yeah, or as I like to call it, Secret Garden 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Right. You got any horror news this week, Robbie?
Well, I got some really exciting news, and that's that Hammer Films has merged with another company and started Hammer Studios. And so what that means is this. Hammer Films, home of the classic Dracula and Frankenstein movies, not the Universal ones, but the ones they did in Britain with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. They're back with a vengeance. They're going to be doing new content as well as restorations of their catalog. So we're getting new restorations. And, you know, in 2022, it's going to be 4K restorations that we're getting. And hopefully, Wouldn't it be awesome to have a Hammer Films Christopher Lee Dracula box set or a Frankenstein with Peter Cushing box set? Like, come on, dude. That's the most exciting news I've gotten all year.
I know you're loving that, man. I know that's some big news for Scarphead too, because he's a huge Hammer fan as well. I'm just for any of us. That's awesome.
I'm ready for a revitalization of Captain Kronos Vampire Hunter, and I really feel like this time we can make it a franchise like it's supposed to be, y'all. A pot-smoking vampire hunter back in like what, the 1800s or some shit like that.
Hell yeah. They should give James Wan. They should let James Wan direct one of these first, like whatever movies they start like pumping out, like the first couple. I think James Wan.
I don't know if they got James Wan money, but we'll see.
I think maybe he'd take a pay cut just to do it because I think he is a huge fan of.
They could probably get Lee Wan now.
Maybe, yeah.
You know? And so here's the thing, like
that would be a little bit more.
So Universal doesn't know how to do their classic monsters in new versions, right? Like case in point, Tom Cruise, The Mummy. Like nobody knows. They don't know what to do, right? I have a little bit more faith in Hammer Studios now, man.
Yeah, I definitely do too. I don't think they would bring it back unless they got some good stuff in mind. I mean, I know it is the perfect time to bring it back because horror is stronger than it's ever been. I truly believe that, man. Horror is like at its peak right now, to be like completely honest. I feel like some people think it's like dead or not really that popular, but it is better than it's ever been. I mean,
all-time high.
Yeah. As long as society's in the shitter, horror will reign supreme.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And how cool would it be if Hammer did like, I don't know, say like a 4-hour documentary, like
dude,
kind of in Search of Darkness style, but with Hammer Films, bro.
Yeah, because I know Christopher Lee did like those Masters of Horror. You know what I'm talking about? The horror.
He did. Yeah, it was. Oh, what was it called? I know what you're talking about. It was
I can't remember the name.
Each episode was themed by like the type of monster. They did an episode on demons and ghosts and vampires, and that's why. If you ever notice at PCP, the Excitable PCP crew, we always say in the genre instead of genre, we say genre, and that's because that's how Christopher Lee said it in that documentary series. He'd be like, it's a true classic of the genre. And we were like, what? Like,
100 years of horror.
100 years of horror, that's what it is, yeah.
I love that. That's a good one. So yeah, give us a new little revitalization of that.
What was that? This is off topic, but what was that Showtime show like about early 2000s?
Masters of Horror?
Yes.
Yeah. Masters of Horror. We're big fans of that here, man. Me and
they need
so
to
good.
Bring
it's on Tubi. Yeah, dude. They really do. They really, really do.
Yeah, that was.
It'd be a whole new class. Master of Horror. Yeah. Masters of Horror, the new class. That's what they need.
You could even bring back some of. I mean, it's like some of the guys are. Are still around. I mean, John Landis, John Carpenter. I mean, I know a lot of those guys are probably retired now, but it'd be cool to like have like the old who's left come back and do like, an episode a piece. Like bring it back and let the old school OGs come back and then do another season and like bring a new class in, or like do half, because I bet you half of them are still around, or like do like half OG and then half new class or something. I don't know, and then whatever they could do would be fun.
I bet Don Coscarelli's down, man.
Right, for real. John Carpenter, I feel like might not come back though.
No, he's in retirement. John Carpenter, John Landis, I think they're done. Yeah. Argento, maybe. But
he hasn't even done anything in a while. It's been a while for Argento too, right?
I mean, because they're getting older. I mean, we're talking about people in their 70s now, man.
Right.
Even Kiss is putting up the guitars, man.
Right.
Jesus.
And it takes a lot to direct a movie. It's a lot of hard work and pressure. I know Bruce Campbell made an announcement saying Evil Dead Rise is coming out next year, and it's dark and pretty serious. So it's good. I didn't know it's going to be on HBO Max as well.
Is it a movie?
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
You gonna be in it?
No, he's just producing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, bummer on that, but
it's a whole new thing, man. I mean, they had their time, right? They did Ash versus the Evil Dead, so we got to have
some. I just wish we could have because it was supposed to go to season 4. so it kind of got cut short. That's so I wish we could have got that last season just to end it, you know, because I have to rewatch it again, but I feel like season 3 kind of doesn't end. It doesn't, you know, fall, you know, kind of stick the landing. Like I feel like it didn't end the way it was supposed to. It might have got cut a little short because it wasn't getting the views, so it got canceled.
It was on Stars?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know. I don't think I was watching it when it aired, so I don't know if I knew about it. To be honest, I found out about it when it came on Netflix.
They don't advertise their shows like that.
They don't. That's why 50 Cent, bro. Like he has a lot of shows on Stars, like Power, and he's got that BMF show. And I never hear about it unless because I follow. Yeah, dude, BMF is fucking awesome though. Like he created these shows, and they're actually pretty cool because he's like all producing and creating these shows. And I never hear about him, but because I follow him on Instagram, he's always raving about him. So that's
you follow 50 Cent on Instagram?
Hell yeah, son.
Do people always like try to tag him and be like, "It's my birthday"?
I don't know, man. He's always trolling people. Like that picture, Madonna just like posted that picture of her like ass hanging out, and he was like dogging on her. 50 Cent's a funny one to follow if you don't already.
Don't sleep on Madonna's ass. Come on, man.
I know, but he's like, man, he's like her old ass, like 60 years old, acting like she's a virgin or something.
Yeah, she's up there.
Yeah. I think I don't know if I said this, but I don't think I did. But the Stuff, is in talks to getting a director's cut, with 30 minutes of never seen footage. So that I love. You know, we reviewed the Stuff, didn't we, Robbie?
No, we did.
Man. I was gonna say I forget. It's getting to where, man. We're almost like we're getting deep in the how long we've been doing this, but
almost a full year, Dylan, man. Almost a year, man. We got to have a big bash for the 1 year anniversary.
Hell yeah, dude. So that would be dope, bro. 30 extra minutes. I mean, the movie's perfect to me, but it's kind of, I don't know how much I want to see it, but like in a way, because it's like if it was gonna happen, it should have happened when Larry Cohen was alive. You know, you can't
have a true director's cut without the director present, right?
Exactly. So I feel like they're gonna do maybe like a 4K version, and then maybe they'll just have like behind, you know, like the extra footage, because that's like I don't know how they're gonna do it otherwise.
Throw it in and just have like an extended cut as a side option or something.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but you know, usually those.
I don't know if 30 minutes
drag out too much.
Yeah, I don't know if 30 minutes helps that film. I think Larry may have cut that shit out for a reason.
Exactly.
Like the Stuff is a really tightly paced film.
Perfect. Man. It's to me. It's a like I adore the film. I mean, we've talked about it, but it's so we'll see. It's definitely something I'm interested in checking out.
It's all going to be the kid in the tanker, just like singing to himself, occupying himself. It's 30 minutes of that. Just wait.
Yeah. Did you watch that VHS 94? Did you ever get a chance to watch that?
Nah, man.
Well, there was a skit in there that was getting a lot of rave by this director, Timo. I won't even try to say his last name, but they just call him Timo, and his skit was like the most raved about in the VHS 94, and it's been announced that he's gonna be doing the Train to Busan remake, and it's gonna be titled Last Train to New York. So it's going to be an American, you know, remake or whatever.
I'm going to go see it. I won't lie.
Yeah, I'm going to do it because they got me intrigued because of the director, to be honest. So
but the thing is this, man, they could still be Train to Busan. They could just be speaking English. They could be different actors. They could switch it around. But like, I hate it when they do that. Like they think that we as the American audience will be like, what's Korea? Like, what's going? What are we talking about here? Like, what? You know, I think that's stupid. That being said, I've never seen Train to Busan, though I keep hearing good things about it.
It's great. It's great. I didn't really like the sequel. What was that? Peninsula. That wasn't really good at all. But Train to Busan was great.
Really went off. Like, I don't know.
That's a zombie film, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great though.
You guys ever seen well, you probably have the one where the three guys, I don't know which VHS it is, but the three guys go to the bar, they bring the chick back to the motel, and she like becomes like a creature.
Are you saying it's one of the VHS movies?
Yeah, it's one of the segments.
I've seen them all, and I recall like somewhat what you're saying. I think that I want to say someone in the chat will probably correct me, but that might be VHS 2. I could be wrong, but I remember watching all of them when they first came out on like Netflix and shit. The third one I didn't really like at all, but the first two I thought were really good, or at least pretty good. Yeah, I have to go back and watch those because those are pretty. I always thought those are super weird, man.
I've never seen any of that franchise
Really?
at all, ever.
Yeah, they're.
I used to think that they were. I guess I'm misthinking. Like, okay, so you remember the Spanish film Wreck, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they remake that?
Yeah,
for an American one, but it's not the VHS. See, I used to get that confused. I used to think VHS was like a remake.
I used to get them confused
Wreck
too,
or something.
I would get them confused too, but they're different. I actually don't even remember anything about Wreck.
Those are good. We need to do that one day.
Yeah, I want to get the box set. I've been
Get it before it's gone, man.
Yeah, I know. But
got it Shocktober. Shout was doing a box set sale. I don't know if they still are, but they were.
I think it might be going for another day or two. I gotta look. But I did get the email. I got the email update on that. It said Paramount Players conjuring a remake of Stan Winston's classic Pumpkinhead. So I'm hyped for that because I freaking love Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
Dude, I love
Pumpkinhead, Robbie.
I mean, I like Pumpkinhead, but I don't want to remake.
Yeah,
it's gonna be CG. It's gonna fucking look terrible. It's probably gonna be
that's
as hell, man.
That's
I don't
know. That's true. It needs to be a damn suit. That's one we gotta review, man. Is Pumpkinhead.
It's on our list, Dylan.
Hell yeah, dude. I freaking love that one so much.
You just gotta we got a list. You just gotta line them up, man.
I know. Kane Hodder wore the suit in Pumpkinhead 2.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pumpkinhead gains like 50 pounds. Like, what's going on with that, man? Because they got like a tiny dude. Tony did it in the first one, right?
Yeah.
We know these people, Steph.
Yeah. Linnea Quigley is in Pumpkinhead 2.
Yeah. Did you know that she is in the suit for Pumpkinhead 4?
No.
She's not. I'm just joking.
I know.
Maybe she is, but
maybe. What else was there? There's one other thing and I forgot.
If they were to remake it instead of the dirt bike accident, how would you guys replace it with?
Yeah, I don't know.
Instead of the dirt bike scene in the original with the little boy, and what would you guys replace it with nowadays?
It would be what are those things called? Like that you get on, it's just two wheels and a platform, and you have to like lean in to like move.
I knew that.
One of those. I don't know what they call those things.
Blast the kid. Because even that when he gets hit, man, I never believed. I'm like, that wouldn't kill him. That would fuck him up, but it wouldn't kill him. I know, and he didn't even look that damaged. I don't know. That always just was like, come on. But I don't know what they would do. Maybe change it to a 4-wheeler or something. But
maybe he's snowboarding.
Yeah. Pumpkinhead in the snow.
Yeah, man. Make Pumpkinhead a Christmas movie. Let's do it.
Yeah. Dude, I was loving Hawkeye for real, man.
Hawkeye's good.
Hawkeye was awesome. It might be, dude. It's too early to say, obviously, but so far, it's one of my favorite Disney Plus shows.
Okay. Because I thought you were about to do that whole thing. This is the best one yet. It's two episodes in.
Oh, no,
They're good.
But
They're
I feel like
slow. They're a little bit slow. I'll be honest. They could have done all of the 2 episodes into one. They could have made that work.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But they are nailing the character of Kate Bishop.
That's it, yeah. And then I think Hawkeye's perfect. He's a street level character, so I feel like he's perfect for the Disney Plus platform.
Yeah.
And it's just, it feels like about time that he got a little bit more spotlight. You know what I mean? And
I love how the show is about how he doesn't get the spotlight. Yeah, that's kind of fun. So it's really pulling a lot from that Matt Fraction run. Yeah, Swordsman's up in that motherfucker with his mustache, man. Yeah. I love that, man. I think I'm really pumped, man.
My bad.
No, you go ahead.
Sorry. I like the when they do the different perspective scenes from different earlier movies, the
Yeah.
Battle for New York, and we saw like a certain scene from a different perspective. I really like when they pull those off like really well. Like that was a really defining moment, I guess you could say, that would kind of, people would understand early on watching big Hawkeye fan.
And it makes you understand what it's like to be a normal person during something like that, which I think is really, really freaking cool. So I'm loving the Hawkeye show so far, man. I really am. Tomorrow night on Rock and Robbie Live, we start a new segment, Shooting Straight. Is Hawkeye great?
Hell
be
yeah.
there.
Looking forward to that.
Chucky episode, or before I get to that, but freaking Jorem, last week, man, sorry I didn't really make an announcement, but it was like last minute. My girlfriend's birthday was Thanksgiving, so she had like her brother in town from Hawaii, and she had like a birthday party downtown last Saturday, and I forgot. I thought it was this Saturday, so I like forgot like that she was throwing her party, so I had to like cancel it last minute. So I apologize about not telling everybody last week that we wouldn't be doing the show, because I actually had planned to do it, and I told Robbie like last second myself, like an idiot. But
I'm like, what?
Yeah, you're like, you forgot your girl's birthday. I was like, no, I didn't forget her birthday. I just forgot that she was doing her party this day.
Yeah, you didn't forget your girlfriend's birthday. You just forgot her party.
Yeah.
I don't know what's worse.
No, I didn't forget because I thought it was this Saturday, because I didn't know how long her brother was staying.
It's all right, though, because now we're here talking about Motel Hell.
Hell yeah. But Chucky episode 7, bro, I'm bummed because I thought we were getting 9 or 10 episodes.
How many we get?
Oh my God, we got the goods in this episode, and we finally like get Chucky's plan. Like,
how many episodes do we get total?
8. So
there's one more.
I thought we were getting 9, bro. I'm so bummed, bro.
Like 10. At least 10.
I felt like it was on pace for 10 for sure.
That's what I thought too. Because I swore that I saw something saying that there was 2 more. So I was like, oh, there's 9, and then I looked and it said 8.
God, that pisses me off. That being said, this newest episode, it was all right. Knowing that it's the penultimate episode makes it a little bit better.
Yeah,
dude, episode 6 was the one we've been waiting for, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I told y'all, Christine and Alex were going to be showing up like Reservoir Dogs. Kyle and Andy. I told you they were going to have shit. Like, what a weird stretch, by the way. Like, that there's all these Chucky dolls out there possessed, and so you're pretending to be census workers, and like you're going house to house, and you're asking the kids if do you have anybody you want to add to the census? Sure, here's my Chucky doll, and then they just blow it the fuck away and walk out
with the girl holding it still.
I know, man.
So crazy.
That chick is traumatized, man.
Oh my God,
I love it though. They're bringing. They got a new story, new interesting characters. We care about them, and they were bringing in the mythology, right? Yep. And now we are full on, like, this makes me appreciate Curse and Cult a lot more than I did earlier this year, man.
For sure. Yeah. All these movies are canon.
It makes me kind of like...
Yes, everyone is canon except the remake.
Okay.
Because fuck that, man.
Yeah, totally.
Go ahead. I kind of get upset when people say the remake wasn't that bad, because I'm like, did we watch the same goddamn movie? Like,
that movie's terrible.
Yeah.
Harry just did a reaction to it. I'm eager to watch and see what he thought, because he's such a fan of the franchise.
Yeah.
I while it was premiering live, I like popped in for just a second, but I was at work or something, or I was at home. I was doing something, and all I saw was Perry be like, and I was like, that's my thoughts exactly, bro.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
TK. When we getting TK back on this motherfucker, man?
Man, I was talking to him, and I guess because it's the time. He's like, I think he's on his way home from work right now, I believe, or maybe he's still there. So I got to talk to him. Maybe we'd have to extend the show a little, like at a later time if we get him on or something. But we'll have to figure it out, because I got to get him on. Yeah. I know, because I jumped in on one of his lives, and I told him we got to do something like ASAP. And he's like, work conflicts or scheduling, But yeah, we'll get it done one of these days, man, because fucking love TK, man. I miss him.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since Halloween. Not Halloween, Valentine's.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Snap.
I know it's been way too long, bro. Way too long. What else was there that I was gonna say?
How about the Peter Jackson news?
Yeah, that was the one I had it in my head and then I forgot. Which we get two movies, which I didn't even know about until you told me about the one. We're getting a 4K restoration of Peter Jackson's Dead Alive, which I think I have it back there in my shelf. Which, dude, oh my god, as soon as that it comes out, Robbie, we are reviewing that, bro.
Yep, and Brando, get ready, because as soon as that's ready, that's the movie. That's the one that we're gonna use to fuck Brando up.
Hell yeah,
From Comics Kings.
Hell yeah.
He ain't prepared, man.
No, he ain't.
This dude's like, I never want to associate myself with Dylan and Robbie again after watching that movie.
We'll get him in once and get him out quickly.
Well, we should bring Steph in for it too, so that he feels like comfortable.
Hell yeah, dude. Steph would love it.
False sense of security and pull the rug.
Yep, you know it. Oh my god, bro, it'd be so good. And then also Peter Jackson's Bad Taste is getting a 4K restoration as well, right, Robbie? I didn't
Yes,
read
sir.
that.
Yeah, he mentioned both Bad Taste and Brain Dead. My bad.
Same movie though.
Yeah, he mentioned both of them getting restorations. They're being very meticulous about it. They're doing it, and you know what, man? If those two do well, Meet the Feebles is right behind the corner, man. Come on.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm so excited, man, because that's one that I've been wanting to.
Wouldn't you like to see Peter Jackson go back to like old school horror? Like fuck King Kong, fuck Lord of the Rings, fuck whatever he's trying to do.
Right.
What was that? It wasn't Lonely Island. Whatever the hell that other movie he did, it was like Oscar bait. That's all he does now is like epic Oscar bait. Bruh, go back to your roots, do some gnarly ass horror because we need it, man.
Yeah, I don't know why he does it, man. I mean, it's like we know he can do the big stuff. It's like, why don't you go scale it down?
An Oscar, bruh. Who wins an Oscar and then follows up with a horror film?
Yeah, nobody. I guess, but it's like, man, he could probably win an Oscar for whatever horror movie he does. You know, he's just that good, bro.
Not if he stays true to them roots, man.
Yeah. Well, you never know, man. He's so damn good, bro. But either way, it would be such an incredible movie. I'd love it, bro. I just can't wait for that Dead Alive. That can't come soon enough, bro. Like, seriously. I've been dying to review that.
I don't think I've seen, I think the earliest, I want to say I might have seen one of his earlier movies just once, but I can't remember for the life of me. But I feel like the earliest movie of Peter Jackson's I've seen is the Frighteners with, isn't that what it's called?
Frighteners? Yeah. With Michael J. Fox. Where Michael J. Fox can see the ghosts.
The ghost hunter, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I always forget. And then the guy from Reanimators in that, and he's just incredible in that. Oh my god. He is so good in that. Let me see if I can find a picture of freaking Jeffrey Combs.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, he was twisted in that, bro. He reminds me of
so weird in that, bro.
Yeah.
He is so funny in that, bro. Like a cracked out Sherlock Holmes, you know, it's so good, bro. So good. I think that is probably all I got for the horror news this week. I'm trying to think. Something might have came out on Shudder. Let me look real quick. There is. I wonder if Robbie's gonna hear this, but Prisoners of the Ghostland with Nicolas Cage and my boy Bill Moseley. It's kind of like a ninja horror movie. Got put on Shudder, and I was watching some of it. It was pretty dope, man. Have you heard about Prisoners of the Ghostland, Robbie?
Yeah, Nick Cage film. I got it. I got access to it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I was starting to watch it, bro. It's bro. Nick Cage has Bill Moseley makes Bill Moseley plays like this governor character of like the samurai
He plays
town.
Boss Hog, basically, right? He's like all in
Basically.
white and shit. Like, yeah.
Yeah, of like this samurai. It's like a samurai town, basically, or whatever. And he's like the boss hog of it. And he has like Nicolas Cage, like, you know, go like retrieve his daughter or some shit. And he like makes him wear this suit with like these detonators like on his neck. And then there's like 2 on his balls. And like it's wild though, man. It from what I was watching, it was really fun. I gotta go back. So I put it on at night. So I ended up like passing out halfway through. Not to say that it was bad, it was just I was super exhausted and I was trying to like stay up and watch it as much as I could, and then I just paused it and then I fell asleep because I didn't want to, you know, fall asleep during it. But it's definitely one to check out. And they put out a Great White. It's called Great White, but that was kind of stupid. And they have Shudder has a new documentary series called Behind the Monsters. And it looks like episode 5 came out this week. Episode 1 was about Michael Myers. Episode 2 was about Candyman, which that was a good one.
Cool.
Episode 3 was about Chucky.
Nice.
4 was about Freddy Krueger. And the 5th episode was with Jason Voorhees.
I've been meaning to watch those, man.
Yeah, and they get all the guys that like Tom Savini's in for the Jason Voorhees. They get all the, you know, the people they need. I think there's one left. I want to say, and it's going to be the Pinhead. But I think there's going to be 6 episodes.
Surprised they're not going with Leatherface.
Yeah, I don't think they did him. I don't think they picked him. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe.
Well, you got to set up for a season 2, man.
Yeah, probably.
There's a lot more, you know. Oh
yeah, right. I mean, you do freaking Pumpkinhead, even, man.
Norman Bates.
Yeah, Pinhead. Pinhead's the next one, and then that's nice. The end of the season. Yeah, that is. I didn't even think of that they didn't do a Leatherface. But I was telling, I didn't even know. Some girl at work told me they're doing a Boondock Saints 3. And before we get into the review, this isn't horror, but dude, I was telling Steph, there's that new show on Netflix, True Story with Kevin Hart. Dude, Kevin Hart is doing this show, and it's like he did a movie a couple like months back, and it was about like him losing his wife and being like raising his daughter as a single parent, and it was more serious. It wasn't like, you know, this typical comedy shit he always does. And, you know, it kind of opened my eye to think, oh, he kind of has more acting chops than he lets on. Like, he's not just comedic. This show, bro, really opened my eyes, and I'm like, damn, bro, it was fucking awesome, bro. 7 episodes are like 30 minutes a piece. There was a couple times, bro, where I literally like I jumped out, bro. Like I jumped out my chair, bro. Like I was like, damn, bro. It's got Wesley Snipes in it. He plays his brother, and basically at first I was like, is it about like Kevin Hart like as a comedian? But it's Kevin Hart playing like a comedian, like which he is in real life, and him like, but like in, you know, like a fictional world. And it's wild, man. It's number 1 on Netflix right now, but it's something you could binge really easily, man. I binged it last night. I was up till like 6 a.m. watching it, bro.
Number 1 on Netflix, you said.
Yeah.
So it's beating out Masters of the Universe Revelation season 1.5. Crazy.
Yeah, I do. You know, I was so hyped for that, and I didn't even end up finishing part 1 of Masters of the Universe because I just couldn't like get into it.
I hear the second part gets better.
I'm sure
I'll check it out eventually, but I'm not in a hurry.
Me too. I gotta like I want to, when I'm in the mood for it, I'm gonna sit down and probably binge it all. I got into like 2 or 3 episodes, and it was just so slow, man, and I just couldn't get into it.
It's all about Tila and shit. What were you saying, Steph?
No, they just released the second half. Is that what?
Yeah.
This week, okay. Because I kept.
Yeah, I did.
Delaney was in the PCP Army, like shitting on it, and everybody's like, "It was better than the first one." He's like, "It doesn't matter. It doesn't need a second part to be better." And I'm like, "What?" And because he's got this whole thing where he's like, if a movie needs a director's cut to be better, and he always likes to reference Daredevil and anything by Zack Snyder. He's like, they always need director's cuts to be better, and that's bullshit. If you need more, but meanwhile, he literally was just praising the director's cut of Donnie Darko, here on the channel.
Yeah. That's a whole different thing with the Zack Snyder Justice League. I mean, the guy kind of like he lost his daughter halfway through making the movie, and they just threw somebody else to fuck up his whole movie. So that's a totally different thing. You know what I'm saying? They're totally different. I mean, they're similar movies, but Zack Snyder's movie was so much better, man. I mean, and then it was always Motu was always gonna get a part 2.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what I mean?
It's one season. They just split it up.
Yeah. So,
and we knew that at the time. Jelani just likes to be
Jelani.
And that's why we love him, man. Station Jelani.
I do love me my Jelani. But yeah, that is all we got for Cowboy Bebop came out too, the live action on Netflix.
I haven't watched it yet, man. I want to get caught. I want to rewatch the first one before I get into it, and I've been. Oh, I got something. I watched Venom 2 last night.
Oh yeah. I watched it. I watched it this week too. What did you think?
I'm gonna go more in depth tomorrow night on Rockin' Robbie Live, I'll just quote one of my favorite shows, In Living Color. Hated it.
Hated it.
If you know anything about Cletus Cassidy, this movie should piss you off, man. All of a sudden, it's a romantic tale. He does. Carnage does everything he can because he's in love.
Yeah.
What the?
They turn it into like Bonnie and Clyde.
Jesus Christ.
One thing I don't appreciate.
And then he dies too easily, man.
Yeah, I don't like how Venom's become like a joke side character, you know, in the movies. Like he's no, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's stupid.
You know, I thought it was better than the first one because everyone loved the first one. It seemed like a lot of people, and I just did not really care for it. I just did not. Like I watched it in the theater, I went back, and like there was like some laugh. I thought some parts were funny. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah,
but
it reminds me of 2005 Fantastic Four. You know, if it would have come out in 2005, that Venom movie would have been amazing, you know.
Yeah, and if this Carnage movie would have come out in 1992, I think we would have really liked
it. Right.
I respected the second one for what it was more than the first one. It didn't try to be. I mean, you can't go too deep with the concept of the movie they were pushing. So I don't know.
My favorite thing about Venom: Let There Be Carnage is that it doesn't overstay its welcome, and it's like an hour and 40 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's good. And JT, by the way, Dylan is nonstop about Tourist Trap. So one day
that's why I kept it up there. I got it. I got an awesome box set. I fucking love that movie, bro.
I've never seen Tourist Trap, and he's always trying to get me to watch it. So
we will do that very soon, JT. I love this film, bro. Love it. And that's
like I was all gung-ho to watch it. Then Dylan's like, "It's good, but it's not rated R." And I'm like, "What?"
Well, I actually own the unrated cut. I know it's like
that's a problem with Venom 2, right? They went PG-13 on that one, right?
Yep.
Don't do a Carnage movie PG-13. What the fuck is wrong with you?
So dumb.
God.
Actually, dude, now I kind of want, because I told you Evil Bong for that double feature. I almost maybe Tourist Trap, man. I forgot that. I always forget Tourist Trap is Full Moon.
Yeah, man. It's on there, isn't it? It's on that. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, again, like, because we thought the first one, they held out on us, making us think Venom was going to be rated R. Then last minute, they pull the rug and they're like, oh no, it's going to be PG-13. And then they did the same thing with this one. I felt like they were making us think like Andy Serkis, like they waited till last minute and then they're like, oh, well, no, it's going to be PG-13.
Because they kept saying it's going to be a lot darker than the first one, yada, 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 and PG-13. Like Robbie said, you just that type of character, you have to go rated R.
You have to.
Somebody there was like, "Hey, kids like Harley Quinn and Joker. Let's do that."
Yeah. And the thing was, I felt like Riot gave Venom way much of a harder fight than Carnage did in the end too. I was like, what?
There should have been a confrontation before the big
yeah.
There should have been
that I didn't even think about that. That's the only that you get the one fight and that's it.
Yeah. The one fight and it's shitty with shitty ass CG. I'll go into it tomorrow night. Rockin' Robbie Live. My full thoughts on Venom 2. Let there be carnage. Let there be garbage is what I want to call it.
The title was so bad too. Like it couldn't be called Maximum Carnage or something like that. Just a callback.
And they got to say it in the movie a couple times. You know, well, let there be carnage. Funny that you mentioned that.
And then I know they set
shit! It's a red one. For her, I will not eat chocolate.
I have to kill my father.
The fuck.
And then
and whenever in the comics, and I know they don't care, but whenever did Cletus have a different personality from his symbiote? Never. Right. The Carnage symbiote doesn't talk to him like the Venom symbiote, right? And here's another thing. They call the symbiote Venom. No. They're only Venom when they're together, you assholes. Come on. Read a fucking comic.
Yeah, it's always we are Venom. Not I.
Didn't he like Venom say something about like I or something like that? That threw me the fuck off because I was like, what? Where's the we shit? You know, like.
Yeah, I didn't hear a lot of the we in that. Like they did that a couple times in the first one. I didn't really hear that much in this one. Yeah, it was a bummer because I was expecting
it's on
more.
digital right now. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it.
Because I saw it in theaters and I remember I was just like, what? The fight. I was like, that was it. I was like, Venom beat him a lot easier than I thought. You know, I was like, Riot gave him more of a hard time.
And not trying to spoil too much if you haven't seen it, but they don't really leave Carnage going, like they don't leave that thread open. Let's just
and that's another thing that I was like, you would have thought that like they're gonna leave, you know, just something dangling for the future.
Oh, and when you eat brains, you get bigger.
Yeah.
What is Ang Lee's Hulk? What the fuck is going on, man?
Well, and if that's the case, then he really should have been whooping on Venom, you know?
Right.
And the CG was so bad. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
What's the cop supposed to be? What's the cop character? Because they leave a dangling thing for that.
I have no fucking clue.
You don't? Bro. I remember somebody did mention. I have to go back and watch like one of those Easter egg reviews because he is supposed to be a character. I'd have to look up what his name is.
I have no clue. Mulligan, right? His last name is Mulligan. But that's not how toxic.
Toxin, man. You know.
Toxin.
I don't know. You would know more than me.
I mean, I'm just like, if it's Toxin, it's way off. But you know, at this point, like, I can't. I'm too close to the Venom and Carnage of the comic books. Like, and I get it. You can read some random ass Venom comics from the 90s and be like, oh, Venom's meant to be goofy, right? But that's not what it is. Venom would work so much better if they would have actually taken a dark, non-comedic approach, I think.
Yeah.
That's why Donny Cates' run worked.
Right.
That's why it worked back in the David Michelini and Todd McFarlane days. That's why it worked in the Eric Larson days. He was a darker character. There's a little bit of cheese to him, obviously, that developed through the 90s, but like, that's not what it's about, man. That's not what it's about.
Absolutely.
I agree.
What do I know, man? I didn't like Donny Cates' Hulk, and everybody else seems to fucking love that. So whatever.
I didn't finish read. I got it on digital, and I got to finish reading it. So, but I feel like I'll be kind of being the minority with you on that. Even though I am a huge Donny Cates fan, something about like his stuff has just been getting a little stale for me, just because I don't know, man.
Mulligan is Toxin, by the way.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh, you see the cop in Venom 2?
The guy, he's the cop that was given.
He's Toxin.
Shit.
Okay, so he's not a fucking kid. What the fuck ever.
Yeah, that is.
And I don't even know how that happens.
Tossing in the towel, bro. Tossing in the towel.
I don't even know how that happens.
Like, do they really think they're going to get 4 Venom movies?
Yeah. And I thought at the end when they talk about like showing him when he's like, oh, you know, like telling Eddie that he has like all this knowledge about, you know, like Clint, like maybe he's going to show him Clintar and maybe we're going to get some hints at Noel or something. But then obviously we know that we get the multiverse stuff.
I do want to say though that there is one point when you see Cletus's cell wall, right, and they focus in on those mountains or whatever, and that's the big clue that Venom finds out.
Yeah,
I do want to say there's a spiral there somewhere on that wall, and there should be, if not, because like literally Venom's got Venom, Carnage. Null is the only thing left, man. Like
Yeah.
Toxin for a whole movie without Carnage. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
Exactly. That's why I could not believe that they just didn't leave anything dangling with Carnage.
They just want to flash this, bro. Meaning CW the Flash. Meaning every season a speedster villain, every movie a symbiote villain. Like,
yeah.
my bad. I'm sorry. Symbiote villain. Sorry.
That drove me up the wall in the first one. I was like, why do they keep saying it like that? The symbiote.
I know.
Yeah, I hate
So
it.
Weird,
and it's like they'll fuck up a pronunciation in the movies or something, or do it differently, and then everybody thinks that's the way it's supposed to be. And then those of it, like somebody talked some shit about me today on my top 10 video with Jim Mint because they said I said Ra's al Ghul wrong. They're like, nobody says it like that. I'm like, no, that's how you pronounce it. It's Ra's al Ghul. The movies fucked it up with the Ra's al Ghul thing. Okay.
Uh-huh.
There's a Denny O'Neil bit in an old Wizard magazine where he explains how to fucking say it, and watch the Batman animated series. What does Batman always do? Ra's. Come on.
Right.
Ra's al Ghul sounds... Bro, what is Ra's? Ra's or Ra's? And you actually got to roll your tongue. I can't do that. Where's Verno? Ra's al Ghul. I can't do it, but...
Right. I mean, who's going to know more? The guy who created him or fucking the studios just trying to make money and make it sound like they think it just sounded better, probably, you know?
Fuck it all.
Hit me fucked up. Because I pronounced it like that for a while. It was Ra's because Batman Begins, you know?
Yeah, and the Arrow show. And I get it. It's fine. Whatever. But, like, it's Ra's al Ghul. Like, don't act like... And, in fact, in the comic books... find them, man. There's some Jeff Loeb written Bizarro type stuff. Bizarro calls Ra's al Ghul. He calls him Racer Cool. Right? That also tells you it's a long A sound, but it doesn't matter. I don't care. Just don't correct me. I know what I'm talking about here, man. I don't pronounce everything right, but I know how to say Ra's al Ghul. I know how to say Dark Side. So there you go.
Dark Seed.
Yeah.
Dark Seed sounds like something way more nefarious. I shall implant you with my dark seed.
Oh, man. Well, I guess that's all we got for the news this week. Trying to think. I think that's probably
Travis
it.
down there. Look at that nerdy ass Travis. Not every season was a speedster. Well, every season I managed to watch was.
you know, TM's getting offensive because he's still watching them.
It's okay, TM. We still love you.
They film all that stuff over in Canada.
They do. It's cheaper there.
But hey, TM did say that Cowboy Bebop was dope, or he said it was fantastic. So definitely have to check that out.
Yeah, it's worth it.
But so Motel Hell, dude. I was watching it, man. The 4K scan on this is beautiful, Robbie. Whenever you get a chance, you got to upgrade. I know you probably don't really care, but it looks good.
I mean, really, for this movie.
And see, I didn't own that one already, and
I really like that steelbook though. But I love the classic right there, man. I love that classic flip cover, man.
It is great.
Good.
It is great. I love this cover, and I love yours too. So
it's more indicative of the film, right?
Yeah, true.
You'll die. You might just die laughing.
Yeah. I love it, man.
Not
so
if your
great.
vocal cords are throat. You can't laugh.
Yeah. You just gurgle.
That's so disturbing, the gurgling. All right.
I know, right? Oh, man. But Motel Hell, man, the 1980 this came, which that's a surprising one. Right at the front of 1980. MGM put this out. We get Roy Callahan, I think, or Calhoun, which he was Callan, and I think he was big for a lot of cowboy stuff back in his day. It says he did Angel, which it's probably stuff I never really saw, to be honest. I know the girl, isn't the blonde girl in Cobra?
It's not Brigitte Nelson. So it's not
Nina Axelrod, Time Walker, and Cobra.
She might be somebody in Cobra, but it
Um,
wouldn't be like the main chick in Cobra. That was
No,
Brigitte
yeah, I
Nielsen.
don't think so.
But what's her name is from Porky's.
Yeah,
That's
the
where I
sister,
remember her from, man. Is
the
Porky's.
sister, yeah.
That's a scarier role, actually, is in Porky. She'll grab your dick out the shower wall and just rip it the fuck off, man.
Oh no, yeah,
That's what I wanna see.
She would be that type. Scary. But yeah, man, this was, I think, Rory Calhoun's last role too, because they said that you could kind of, because I was watching, I know they say it in Search of Darkness. Joe Dante says that, you know, that he was looking skinnier, and I think he had gotten cancer at this point. But dude, I mean, he makes this movie without a doubt. He is just like his like charisma and just, you know, like his attitude in this movie, where he just seems like a nice guy, but he has this like, just, you know, like this Norman Bates vibe about him in a way. You know what I mean? Where there's just something weird going on with him. And it's that he's got a little secret garden in his backyard, and it's got, you know, sacks or heads with sacks covered on them, man. And it's a fun one, man. Steph, man, this was your first time watching this, brother, so I'm really intrigued to know what your initial thoughts on this movie are, brother.
You know, when it like opened up, I wasn't really paying it. I heard about it through you guys, so, you know, I didn't go into it expecting too much. Like, I didn't really read up on it. I mean, no offense like that,
I
but
heard that Dylan and Robbie liked it, so I didn't really go into it with much expectations.
No, usually I like read up on a movie or something you guys recommend, or if like it's upcoming, I do some research on it before I go into it. But I just kind of like turned this on, watched it, didn't really know what it was about. I just knew the title. And so, like, you know, it was like, you know, it was cool up until the point where I saw like the heads in the garden. And initially I thought like they were decapitating the heads and somehow keeping the brains alive in the, I don't know. It was like, I was like, that's wild.
You thought they were just planting the heads in the ground?
Yeah, and keeping
like
that would be gnarly.
Yeah. But it gave me like American Psycho vibes. In the, you know, in this, like we were talking about this behind screen, in the sense that it's not really a comedy, but there are like comedic moments. Like it's like you were saying, Robbie, it's a satire on like the genre. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I don't know. It was just one of my favorite scenes. This is going towards the end. Is when they were all the people came out the garden, you know, and they're attacking the sister. And it reminded me of like a zombie scene, because like you guys said, like they were kind of like stiff and stuff like that, and they couldn't say anything because their vocal cords had been cut. But that was just like a cool scene, like where it's swapped, because, you know, usually you're rooting for the person that's being attacked by the swarm, but with this scene it was like vice versa. So that was really cool. Pleasant movie. I like when movies surprise me, and this surprised me.
Yeah, to be honest, it surprised me too, because it takes a bit, you know. It doesn't just jump right into it, you know. The way it starts off, you're like, you know what I mean? It takes a second, and then once it does, you're like, what? You know, it surprises you, definitely. It definitely has that. I mean, the way it's filmed, you could tell it was filmed in 1980, no doubt. You know, it's a low budget horror film without a doubt. But it's a lot of fun, and it takes, I feel like, a lot of inspiration from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, obviously, maybe a little bit of Psycho. I feel like it takes a bit of, you know, a few things and kind of mashes to make its own fucking shepherd's pie, you know what I mean? I don't know. But Robbie, I am really interested to know what you think as well on this, my brother.
All right, well, going back to the old school mom and pop video stores of the 80s and early 90s, I used to see this one all the time, and I was always intrigued by the title, but the cover never won me over. That's the VHS cover right
That was
there.
The VHS cover?
Yeah. Okay. Never won me over, right? So then eventually it gets released on a DVD of the Midnight Movies. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Dylan
Hell
probably
yeah,
is.
bro.
But yeah, the MGM Midnight Movies. They did all the Corman, Vincent Price, Edgar Allan Poe movies that way.
I love those,
it was on a 2-pack with Deranged, which is another really cool one we should check out sometime. So that was the first time I watched it, probably like early 2000s. And I was like, why did I never watch this movie?
Right.
I would have loved it. So I loved it then. And I was getting into it. You know, a couple weeks ago, we talked about Legend. And when you mentioned that we were going to do Motel Hell, I got really excited because I love this movie, man. This movie is freaking great, right? It's funny. It's a horror comedy, but it is definitely a satirical take on things like, in particular, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, that's what it is. Like, some people look at it, they think it's a ripoff. It's not a ripoff. It's the homage. You know what I'm saying? And it's a satirical take on it, right? I love this film. I think the performances are solid. I like the music. I like the pace of it. It's got things you could, plot-wise, you could pull apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, the main chick in this film, whoever she is that Nina Axelrod or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. She is dumb as fuck in this movie, bro.
I know.
She is so fucking stupid, man. Like, so fucking stupid. But, you know, it doesn't matter because of the way the movie is presented. It's an insanely absurd premise, okay? So you got Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They're killing these people. They're grinding them up. They're eating them. But then eventually we find out in part 2 of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which if you missed that Dylan's Horror Show, definitely check that out because it was part of March Madness along with PCP. We did part 1. Dylan did part 2. You find out he's making award-winning chili with human remains, right? So this dude is basically the Jimmy Dean of cannibalism, okay? And that's what I think of. I think of those old Jimmy Dean commercials, you know, with Jimmy Dean being like, start your day off right with Jimmy Dean sausage, right? And shit like that. And that reminds me of the little tagline. It takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent's fritters and shit like that. So I love it. Like, it's not a ripoff. It's a satire. It's an inversion of it. Like Steph was saying, like, it's inverting who we root for based on monster tropes, right? Where you got the zombie type people coming out at the end and you're rooting for them. But okay, the chick is that Nancy Parsons, right? Is the one who's in she's the one that's in
Cobra.
Yeah, she's Ida, right? Bruh. Like, this movie is creepy, but it's also funny. And watching it as an adult with a lot of pop culture knowledge, it really cracks you out when you realize that one of the punk bikers is Cliff from Cheers. Like, are you kidding me? And this it's the same year Cheers came out, man.
Is that the guy with the big ass fake like beard?
He's got a mustache.
Yeah. He's driving, right?
Beard.
Is he the one driving?
I don't think he's not the one driving. I know the one you're talking about though. Yeah.
Because I was like, that is the fakest beard ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
When
right?
they showed it from the side, it was so painted on.
I don't know how I never noticed that. Or maybe just I did, but I was laughing so hard at that today.
If you remember, Cliff from Cheers was the mailman. So he's got the stash. He's there, and but the thing is, when I was a kid, I ignored this movie all the time because the VHS cover did not look scary enough for me. It even promised me that I would laugh, right? And I never jumped in on that. And then when I watched it, like, why? Why would I never watch this movie? You know what I'm saying? And I've since watched it many times. I got, now we got the Scream Factories. Bruh, such a cool movie. I really like it. I like the aesthetic. It's from 1980, so it fits in that in-between state of 70s horror and 80s horror. And that's one of my favorite eras of horror films where they were still like dirty and gritty and almost snuff film-like in the way that they were shot and presented. But it's also a great bridge into the idea that it's leaning in on comedy. It's leaning in on preposterousness. It's very self-aware. And it's got it ends with a punchline, bro. The whole movie ends with a punchline where he's like, I've lied my whole life. And you're thinking, oh, he's about to admit that he uses people. No, he uses preservatives. Using people ain't shit to Farmer Vincent, man. That's the way he was brought up, Like we were saying. I love this movie. It's funny, but at the same time, it's legitimately creepy. The music is good. The pace is right on. It doesn't overstay its welcome like Venom 2, but at the same time, it doesn't make a joke of its characters. It's a funny movie, but doesn't make a joke out of its characters. I love this film, man.
And I feel like it doesn't really go overboard with the comedy. Like it kind of it toes the line just right.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
Solid. Yeah.
But I feel like it definitely has that message with Billy's comment about, who do they think they are, McDonald's, grinding people and making food, where, there's something to say about that. You know what I mean? Where I'm sure we've all thought about that, where we're like, man, I really don't know if this cheeseburger from McDonald's I'm eating is really cow. I know we've all had that thought. You know what I mean?
It's like half soy, 25% cow, 25% sawdust, probably.
Yeah, maybe 5% cat.
Maybe.
Or, if you're eating some Chinese food, I know you've had that thought that it was like 20% cat. Yeah, man, it's wild, bro. And to him, I like that his dying words are that I use preservatives, and he doesn't even care about the, humans, because like you said,
that's the big deal, bro. That's the big deal. He's like, I use preservatives, man.
Yeah. He's just so ashamed.
You just can't keep human meat fresh, man. That's why they got to bury these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And it's so quirky with that shit, man. Like they got to bury them and keep them alive and feed them, and it's just so fucking gnarly awesome.
You guys think that was like in Planet Terror, that whole barbecue bit was a callback to Motel Hell?
It might have been.
Yeah, probably 100. It's probably more a callback to Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah,
actually, right?
I bet you. Knowing Quentin though, since he's such like a buff for like the classics and the unknown movies, I could see the Motel being one, because I feel like until Scream Factory gave it the proper release, this was not, like a cult classic. Like, I feel like it wasn't as much of a cult classic as it is today. There's no way. I'm sure it got its legs in the VHS days. The Scream Factory usually doesn't give a release unless it has somewhat of a cult status.
Well, I think the MGM DVD, right? Because then it's Motel Hell. It's got a different cover. They start focusing on the idea of the pig with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
And like, if that's your image of this movie, when you're watching, you're like, what movie am I watching?
That's exactly? Right. Yeah. Because that picture with the pig head is just iconic, and that's what Scream Factory even does. If you flip your cover, I know it has the pig cover, so it's iconic as hell.
Yeah.
And imagine, I know, because I've watched the behind the scenes, because there's great special features for the Scream Factory release. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I love that cover, bro. That cover is incredible. I wonder what the MGM DVD cover is.
It's the one, like, it's closer to the one that you use for the thumbnail.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
from what I remember, it's closer to that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yep. No, yeah. Oh, dude, I love those midnight movie packs, bro. I don't know if I have two, but I know I still have one. But it's not a double feature. It's I love the double features though, but I have the Invader from Mars, because I wanted the Scream Factory one so bad, and I've been looking for this, and I found it for like a couple bucks, bro, at my local exchange.
I got to get that. I don't have it. That's one of those Canon films, Tobe Hooper films, like Life Force and shit. It was just so gnarly, bro.
Yeah, bro. It might not be the greatest, but it is a hell of a fun one, man. And it's out of print, bro. So this is a hard one to find, even DVD wise. I know it's the DVD you can get on eBay for probably like maybe 10 to 20 bucks. But, like a good DVDs, I'm always iffy about, because they scratch so easily. And once they get scratched, they're not liable to work. So I was really happy, dude. This disc is like brand new, bro.
That's great. That's a good place to go look for that, is like your pawn shops, your local used media stores and shit like that.
Yeah, I could not believe I found this, because I'd been looking for the double feature. I didn't know that they had one like this, so I was really happy to pick that one up. Man, I miss those like midnight movie. The MGM. Well, is MGM still around?
I think they were eventually. I don't know if they
Were
are
they
they still
bought
around
out?
because they were like
selling their stuff off.
they were selling all their stuff off.
That's what I thought.
It's not like the only thing that was keeping them running was James Bond,
Right.
right? So,
I wonder who owns them now. James Bond. now.
interesting side note: if you turn on Pink Floyd's "Dark Side of the Moon" at the second lion's roar and watch it along with this movie, doesn't do shit.
Really?
Not like Wizard of Oz. Get it? That's a reference to. All right, never mind.
Yeah, though, man, I miss those like midnight movie, but they need to be doing stuff like that for the Blu-rays, man. Keep the Blu-ray and the physical media alive, man. They need to do awesome stuff like that.
That's what reminds me of those Scream Factory. You pointed out last year because a few were about to go out of print, but those four movie like what they like quadruple features they had. Yeah. Those are really,
DVD. I think those are DVD packs that I got.
They are.
They never do them on DVD or Blu-rays, but.
Yeah, but I got the one with Cellar Dweller and The Vagrant, like you were talking about. And,
yeah.
Me
too.
We got to do some of those movies because those are the ones that are definitely going to be featured in Search of Darkness 3.
Hell yeah. What is that? The sci-fi? You have that one.
Yeah, I got that one and I got the two horror ones, but I don't have. You got the action one too, right?
Yeah, I got the action one. This is actually an MG. This is MGM. Sci-fi classics, and I got this from Scream Factory. It was literally $1 because I knew The Brain That Wouldn't Die was going out of print, like the Blu-ray was out of print, and I literally got this for $1, bro. And
I used to have that on one of those AMC quadruple feature DVDs that they used to release.
Yeah, here's the action one.
Yeah, I don't have that one, man.
With the I really want to watch Eye of the Tiger with Gary Busey, but this is my favorite one, definitely, with Cellar Dweller. And the Dungeon Master is really good. And this is the one, man. This is my favorite movie out of all of them, though. The Vagrant with
Paxton, baby.
It's a good one, man. That's a good one. The Vagrant is a really good movie. But yeah, bro, Motel Hell is definitely a fun one. Not to be slept on.
Yeah. I thought I read somewhere that like the I don't know if they intended it for it to be as much of a horror. Maybe I misread it, but they didn't intend it for it to be such a horror, or they had they were supposed to have a bigger budget and they wanted to make it darker or something like that, but for whatever reason, I don't know. I don't know. The movie still worked, but I think I was reading something about that.
Sometimes they don't think it's they don't kind of prepare it to be that way, and it just kind of hits this the way it just gets filmed, and they're like, this is a little bit funnier than we planned it to be. We didn't plan it to be funny. What up, OBO? That's my dog. Hey, Robbie P. That's my dog. Got both my dogs in the house, and I got P Money.
Perry.
My dogs. But yeah, bro, it's definitely a wild one, bro. I always say, it's just so unique, bro. It has, well, I was talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Little Norman Bates, and then it has a little bit of zombie in it,
Yeah.
With all that weird shit, man. And I've never seen nothing where they're literally planting dudes in the ground, and and they become zombies from just being planted in the ground. But the thing that turns him into the zombie or whatever is he kind of puts him in a trance. He has that machine that Farmer Vincent created, which I hope Robbie comes back, because I want to know what he thinks about that machine that he created, because he says that's an invention of his own making, and I don't know what it is. Is it the machine that turns him into the zombie, or turns him it puts him in some weird state of mind, though. I don't know.
Right.
Hey, you already know, TRB.
And I was the plot was not bad or anything, but it's a horror movie, so I was looking forward to how people got, but
right.
I was more interested in how the story was going to turn out. What's the outcome of these people, and their operation of kidnapping, killing, planning people, cutting them up. It wasn't a horror movie like that where you just knew it was going to be savage, like slashing, stabbing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, or even, not even too much suspense, but it was just like I wanted to see how this outcome got resolved.
Hell
But it
yeah,
was great.
dude.
It was great.
It's not so much in your face,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, absolutely.
it's a little tame back at times, and then when it goes for it goes full force, no doubt.
Yep.
But hell yeah, OVO. We were just talking about that a minute ago. We were talking about the new Chucky show and then the Hawkeye show. Dude, I'm freaking loving the Hawkeye show though, bro.
Yeah.
Shoot me a message on Instagram, bro, and we'll chop it up about that. That the Hawkeye was sick, bro. I'm so pumped for episode 3. You gotta check out the Chucky show though, bro. I'm telling you, check that out, bro. If you haven't been watching it already, dude, that show's been sick, bro. But Robbie, what did you think about dude, right, Perry? Episode 7 was sick, bro. We were talking, me and Robbie were just talking about it. We're bummed though, bro. Only one more episode. Such a bummer. They better give it a season 2. They better.
It's built for it. You can tell, man. It's built for it, bro.
Dude, and it's just so good. It has to,
without spoilers, but the ending of episode 7, that hit me. I was like, God damn, dude. They could kill everybody in this show.
Chucky's, it's on USA. I know like the first 2 episodes are free on YouTube. Did they ever put more of the episodes on YouTube?
No, the way I watch it is I watch it on the Sci-Fi app, and if you have a cable password, you can watch it there. So
okay,
sweet.
Yeah,
I have one of my homies' cable passwords. So
if you got the USA, you can download the app and then use your cable password or whatever app. I use Hulu, so that's how I watch it. So
Hulu, but it's not just on Hulu. You gotta have like an addition.
Yeah, no, yeah, I have live cable. I have I have live TV through Hulu, and I can record the episode.
Live TV, because remember, Hulu has live sports.
But yeah,
Gary says we're getting one 100%. So.
I thought they haven't announced it yet, but
we got a porn bot, everybody. Yeah.
Of course, hey, we made it. We made it.
Getting close to that 900 mark, y'all. Bro, everybody sub up if you haven't already, man.
Bro, did I tell you though? I didn't even mention this. I was at like 9:35 one night. The night, I don't know. Maybe I was just drunk as hell at my girl's party, bro. But at that Saturday night, I'm looking. I was like,
I saw you at 9:11, and
then
it went right back.
And then after that, bro, I looked. I was at 9:35, bro. And then the next morning, I go back down, and I'm at like 8:94 or whatever. And I was like,
I got 2 theories on that. I got 2 theories. Number one, when a channel doesn't get a lot of movement in subscriptions, and then all of a sudden it happens.
Yeah.
Maybe they like roll them back. Just want to make sure that they're actual.
That's what I was thinking.
Second thing is that TM Nerdy's got like 20 different YouTube channels. Some named Ben Affleck. Some named Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Something whatever. So don't sub up with a fake one. And if you do sub up, watch a few episodes, like watch a little bit of them, and make sure that YouTube knows that you're down, bro.
Right, that it's not just a make believe account.
We want to hit 1,000 in 2022 because we want the challenge of toning down the intro. So we don't
right. I know we're almost at 900.
Yeah, this Jorum's right. The porn bot did
3 away.
Gary did.
3 away from 900.
3 away,
right,
y'all. Sub up if you're not subbed. If you're
watching, I saw someone sub me right at the beginning of the show. So
nice.
But yeah, Bort, dude, Hawkeye was sick. I love that it's got the Christmas theme too. But dude, check out Chucky, bro, and let me know what you think. Because everyone's been raving that it's like the best thing since like Chucky 2 or Child's Play 2.
I got no thinking, man, but it's my favorite show of the year so far.
It's mine too, bro. I fell off of AHS after the halfway point, and I really liked the first part, but I couldn't even get into the alien shit, man.
That American
I'll tell you what.
Stories.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that mini series they did, American Horror Stories, that threw me off. I thought that was the new season.
I didn't even. Yeah.
It was all right, but
I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes, and I didn't even watch the rest because it wasn't really feeling it.
Yeah.
But I did like the first part of the American Horror Story because I knew what they were doing because American Horror Stories, even though it's so weird the way they did it, it's like you just added an S to, you know, stories or whatever, and then horror story. But the stories was supposed to be an anthology where it's like one shots, but then the first 2 episodes are part 1 and part 2. So that kind of, I was like, well, I thought they were going to be one shots. So I don't know. I think they were trying to make up for COVID last year and not giving us a season before, but whatever.
They're one shots, just in 2 parts at a time.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know. I don't know how far they went, but I know the first 2 episodes were part 1, part 2, and then I think after that they were one shots. I don't know. Just 4 accounts. But yeah, bro, that's crazy that I got up to 935 and then it just that how did I get that many though? That's what I'm wondering.
I mean, that night I put out the word. And
that's what I heard.
We got to get Dylan up. And then all of a sudden you hit up to 911. YouTube pulled them back. They do it to me all the time too. If I get a big jump, they'll pull it back and eventually they'll tread it. It's like they got to confirm them.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's like they got some hanging chads. They just got to make sure that it's a verified ballot, you know. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, we talking about Motel Hell still?
Hell yeah. So I was wondering, what did you think about? Because Vincent talks about having that creation of that, like that's that thing when they're in the ground and it kind of puts them in the trance. Because I was like, how do they become like these zombies? You know what I mean? Like it's obviously that machine, but I don't know that kind of. Because it has a lot of stuff going for it. Where I said, what was it, Steph? That I said where I was like, I said it was like Psycho, and then Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then I said there was a third one.
There are zombie,
because it has the zombie. It also you almost forget that there are zombies at the end too.
I mean, they ain't find no sharks though. They ain't find no sharks, so it's not like zombies.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, I know that, but it what the hell is up with that? It
becomes like a zombie film towards the end.
Yeah.
But it's the zombies are against the cannibals.
You're right.
It's like it's such a weird idea. And I think it's cool. That's why it's a satirical piece, right?
Probably a grizzly bear.
Yeah.
It's tough, man, because gorilla could maybe use them stick and move them hands a little bit more.
Gorilla's got them back muscles, man. They can do some deadlifts, man.
Grizzly bear though could literally like chomp on them. That's a tough one, man.
That's tough, man.
That is.
It depends. Are we talking about peak and peak? If we're talking about peak and peak, I might go gorilla, man.
Yeah.
Gorilla can get up on a bear.
You talking about Mighty Joe Young? We talking about Mighty Joe Young gorilla?
Yeah.
I'm going with my boy.
We talking about Mighty Joe Young, or we talking about Amy from fucking Congo? What are we talking about here?
Amy,
good gorilla.
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta put the glove on.
Amy doesn't like this woman. I love Congo.
But anyway, you were asking me about what I thought about what?
That like trancing thing that
trancing thing. That part's a little that gets a little weird, and that's the part of the movie where it kind of slows down. But what they're doing is they're not using the hypnosis to keep them underground. They're doing that when they're pulling them out. They do that to kind of like put them in a trance. That's when they pull them out. All they do is knock them the fuck out, bury them, and then feed them just just enough, right? That's what they're doing. They're feeding that liquid diet, right? Yeah. So like the thing is, when you're buried like that, you have no leverage to really pull yourself out. That's why that one guy was able to eventually do it once he had a little bit of help, right? Yeah. But the trance thing is only to put them in the trance. I'm being redundant now. The trance thing is only there to put them in a trance, so that they can pull them out, right? When I think just knock them over the head a fucking get, right? Like, are you? But then again, maybe you don't want to damage anything, right? Like, I don't know. I think at that point you do the cow thing where you just have like the air pressure gun, and then you pull them out and you're done. Like, they don't have to be alive when you grind them. But I guess he wants the freshest meat possible. But then why? He uses preservatives. So the movie does fall apart if you really look at it with a scalpel and a knife, right? You really look at it, you can dissect it apart. But as a satire on this is a satirical piece on 70s horror. That's what this is. This was 1980 in release. So that means it was filmed probably, or at least conceived in the late 70s, right? And I watched some of the special features last night, but I was falling asleep while I was doing it. And the dudes themselves were saying, the writers, they were talking to the writers. They were like, we don't necessarily want to make a comedy. And they didn't think they were doing anything satirical, but they did want to kind of like poke fun at the stuff that came before. They knew they were making a comedy, but they didn't necessarily think they were making a satirical near masterpiece.
That's
in my opinion.
That's what I always I had a feeling about that too. Cause it's been a while since I watched the behind the scenes. Like when I first got this, I watched them, but sometimes they don't mean it to be as much, and then it kind of comes off a little bit more once it hits the screen. I don't know. I guess maybe the silverback.
Yeah, especially if it's Smokey the Bear, because he's kind of a little. I mean, Smokey the Bear's kind of soft, right?
A little bit, yeah.
But a silverback, bro, we're talking like Optimus Primal type shit, man. Come on.
Talking about a bad.
We watched the third act of Congo. We know what goes down, man.
Yeah.
Good, man.
Whew.
I'm going with the silverback versus, because they will get up. Come on, man. There's much more like go get them. Much more energy there. A grizzly bear would run the fuck away as soon as they saw a gorilla, because he's like, I can't. This isn't a salmon. I'm not going to just snatch this up and eat it. This like that poses a threat. I'm leaving. A gorilla's like threat. That's what they sound like, gorillas, by the way. Anyway, I want to know, out of all of the crazy caricature of characters in this movie, Dylan, what character do you love the most? And I feel like I know the answer, because I feel like you already told us.
I mean, dude, I obviously love Vincent, but dude, the guy, the couple. Well, Vincent is definitely like, he's the best because he's just, he's so good. But I crack up so hard with the couple and the guy that's like wearing like the ballerina tutu or whatever, and he's just he's like, pour oil on me, and he's just like, he's so hilarious, man. He gets the rope around his neck, and just the way him and that woman are together, and how he is just like such a freak, bro. And it's just, I like can't stop but laugh every time I watch those scenes, bro. And this woman is just like whooping on him, and he's just loving it, man. He's just like in heaven, like he's like, I'm with a goddess right now.
I told you before we went live, I was talking about like, that's like one of my favorite bits when they're like, so tie me up, yes, let's do it. Like, and
he's like shaking and stuff like a kid. He's like, oh my god, he's like, we're gonna do it,
Yeah, and you're talking about Vincent. One of the cool things about Vincent is he likes to get creative. This is old hat to them. They've been doing this shit for years, y'all. Right, so he keeps trying to come up with more creative ways to like lay traps and shit like that. So he obviously put out an ad in some magazine that this was a swingers motel. You know what I'm saying? And like, I like that bit because it's like they've been at this for forever. If they would have just kept doing what they were doing, they would have been fine. Right. But he starts getting cheeky. He starts wanting to like stretch out. He starts wanting to do different creative things, and that's eventually what gets him in the ass, man.
Yeah.
The swinger couple, I was waiting for him to say like, who wants a mustache ride, but he never said.
I know, right? Like, if anybody ever remakes this movie, it's the Broken Lizard crew. They could do it. They could do it 100%.
Absolutely.
Think of Club Dread meets Super Troopers meets Motel Hell. I'm down for it, man. You remember in Club Dread, Bill Paxton, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember they're doing the live action Pac-Man game? That shit, I was like, I want to play that.
Yeah. What's the last? Where is that? Super Troopers 2, the last movie they did.
I never saw that one, man.
I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen that one. Yeah, I think I started watching it.
They did Club Dread and the Super Troopers, and then they did what was the other one? It was Beer Fest. I can't think of, or Brewfest or whatever it was. I can't think of another one that they've done.
Yeah, I think that probably was it then. Super Troopers 2.
Yeah. Steph, who's your favorite character in this film, man?
Just based off of pure stupidity, either the sheriff brother or the couple at the beginning with the two little girls. They're like, "Why are you guys screaming? What's going on?" Oh, they're like just they're very aloof. Like where you guys are in the middle of nowhere, your little girls were just exploring, and they come back like screaming their heads off. You guys are like, "Oh, that's odd. We better get on the road." Like I don't know. And then probably the sheriff brother, just because he was such a schmuck, and he just kept trying to come after the girl, and no matter how gentleman-like he was, and no matter how aggressive he was, he just couldn't get anywhere. She just went for Vincent towards the end anyway. So
yeah, because she's obviously, and I hate to say this, but she obviously has daddy issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's going after the older man. She talks about the problems with her father. She never really had a father. She goes after Vincent. She's like into Vincent.
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And even the dude with the guy that breaks out, he's the first one of them plant people zombies to break out. Is the dude she was with in the bike, right? When he puts the he puts the nails out, and he's an older guy from her, right? Mm-hmm. She's pretty young, not too bad looking, right? So that's a good bit there. For me, it's Ida. It's Ida. It's first of all, Nancy Parsons. We know her from Porky's. She's in all the fucking Porky's films, right? Oh, wow. By the way, Porky's, directed by the same guy that did Black Christmas and A Christmas Story. Did Porky.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Canadian classics, bro. Okay, yeah. Well, actually, you should know that. We talked about that when we did Black Christmas last year, Dylan. You were there. Anyway, you just don't remember it. It's okay. Bob Clark, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Ida is amazing. I love the bit where she's trying to drown that fucking woman because she's feeling jealous. Now she's playing Ida Smith, so she's Vincent's sister, right?
Right.
Yeah. And by the way, the other dude, the sheriff, like, if they did remake this film, you got to change up that character, because you don't want the hero of the story to be a rapist, right? You don't really want that to happen. And that's what he's trying to do. And there's definitely some things that are glaring when you look back on it, right? Because it's from 1980. Right. But dude, she's the female protagonist, right? I would say, because I think that they're the ones, like, Vincent and Ida are the protagonists in this film. Right, they're the ones who we're supposed to be with, and back to their whole thing is she's watching like Christian like preaching on TV, and Vincent like has these like old school kind of Western kind of like these vibes, this old fashioned kind of sense of right and wrong and morality, and we'll get into that when we start talking about what we think it means, I guess. But like, she is legitimately freaking creepy in this movie, bruh. The way she like just puts whipped cream on shit, and you're like, oh man, I'm there. It makes me feel like a slob, right? Then you watch this movie and you're like, ooh, am I a bad person like her because I use extra whipped cream? You know what I'm saying? And so like, I think she does amazing. Then I also want to, we're talking about the preacher. Let's talk about the preacher. That's Wolfman Jack, and that's a funny ass role where he's like, hey brother, you're not actually looking at any indecent adult magazines there, are you? I must take this and dispose of it properly. And he's like, praise Jesus. It's like, this movie's kind of like a commentary on hypocrisy in Southern Christians in particular. But she's my favorite though. I think she is
great.
Movie, bro.
I wish they utilized her a little bit better though. I feel like because she is great. I just feel like she could have, like, if they utilized her better, she would have been like a real, front runner.
Yeah, they could have made her the front runner.
And at times, you almost can't even tell at times if Vincent and her could be like lovers, or if they are brother and sister or not. You almost can't tell. I feel like they never really, I feel like, make it be known.
Well, I know you guys are up in Ohio and Michigan, but so let me let you know something about Alabama. Very common down here. You'll find like old families that have lived in the same house pretty much for generations. We're talking about people that maybe have like built this house in the 1800s or early 1900s. You'll see a whole family live in that house like over time. You'll see it everywhere, I'm sure. But down here, I know that it's something that happens where you will find elder brothers and sisters that never really married, that are super like redneck, that live in the same house and have always lived in that same house. So, you know, it's a weird, but it's weird though. That's what they're digging into Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They're digging into the idea of this. There are other people, and like even like I live in the city, right? I live in the biggest city in Alabama as of now, and you know we're in a city, and we have NASA, and we have the Redstone Arsenal here, so we have a lot of implants that come in. So we have a very diverse city. The rest around me, they're Alabama's not like that when you start going out of town, and it gets fucking scary, bro. You know, and it feels like you're in Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Motel Hell type way. Anybody from Alabama, anybody's been in Alabama, Sam Fett watches this on the repeat. He'll know what I'm talking about. When you hit Coleman, Alabama, you better watch the fuck out. That's all I'm saying. Because I bet this shit is there. And if you ain't care, don't be looking for no swinging hotels in the middle of fucking nowhere in Alabama. I'll tell you.
Asking for trouble.
Yeah, I've been on Tinder. I've seen them. I've seen them.
What do you think? What do you think of the music in this?
Who?
You, Robbie.
All right, I love the music. It's by Lance Rubin. Let me tell you something about Lance Rubin. You know another movie that he did? You ready for it? Happy Birthday to Me.
Really?
He's the composer of the score in that one. I love it. I love it. It's got this like whimsical kind of thing to it with the strings, but it's got this like nuance. So it does these like high piano solo bits with not the lower part, without the left hand at times. It just does these high like piano things, and then like these light strings, and it gets whimsical, and then it gets dark again. It reminds me so much. And I don't know, is this a Canadian film? I don't know, because it reminds me so much of the score of Black Christmas. Like, not the Christmas music aspect, but like it fits into that very light, airy's the wrong word, but like very sparse kind of horror scores that were around in the 70s, right? Where you didn't really do a lot. I like that. But then there's also the song. Oh my God, what's the name of the song? It's the main song in the whole goddamn thing. By the way, Lance Rubin also did, ready for this? He did the Dallas TV series music for 55 episodes. Wow. He did King of the Hill for 12 episodes. I think he may have even done like the first few episodes. And he did a lot of like TV work, Dynasty, Murder, She Wrote.
Up to Here with You?
What's that?
Well, no, I was trying to find that song. No,
it's almost like You Make Me Eat My, I can't remember.
Oh, you're eating out my heart and soul.
Yeah, you're eating out my heart and soul. We'll get to that in just a second. But so he does these like TV kind of things, but he didn't do any work on the Incredible Hulk TV show, but he did the score on both of those movies, Return of the Incredible Hulk and Trial of the Incredible Hulk. So that's pretty cool.
In California.
It was filmed in California. Yeah. It has this vibe to me. Anyway, aside from that, that theme by that dude is freaking amazing. I really like this score. I think it's super solid. But that theme is, the song by that dude, can't remember it, but You're Eating My Heart and Soul. Like, it starts the movie with that. And like from the very beginning, if you're just paying attention, you're like, this movie's about cannibalism. You know what I'm saying? And the way they use that, it's a great kind of, because that song is obviously about like an emotional side of that phrase. You're eating my heart and soul.
Yeah.
But the movie is literally doing that. So.
Right.
Yeah. I love the music. Underrated. It doesn't have a distinctive standout theme. That's its problem. Yeah. But just like Happy Birthday to Me, which we will be covering on PCP for my birthday, because I've been wanting to do this one for a while, and you got to do it on a birthday. Both of these themes, it's by the same person, but kind of captured the same kind of feel that I really like from like late 70s, early 80s horror.
Hell yeah.
Friday the 13th picks up on that same kind of vibe, the very first couple. Then in 3 it gets disco. There's no disco in this shit.
You said it best. I think the music worked because it elevated certain scenes, but it wasn't like over the top. It was very subtle, and I guess that's doing it. It's doing its job. If it's not something that's overwhelming, but it's you catching it adding to a scene. But yeah, I'm not as articulate as Robbie when it comes to this, but I thought I liked it. I enjoyed it.
It's a hard score to find to listen to.
Yeah.
Like I can't find it on YouTube. I can find the music, like
No
that
shit.
that song. I can find that, but it's really hard. I was actually listening to the menu screen over and over again, to kind of catch up on the vibe. And I was watching the movie again a little bit earlier, during like just during bits after the in the midst of the game when they would go to commercial break. Damn, tough loss for Auburn. We almost had it. But the music, it's not an easy score to find online, man, for me.
I have to look that up.
Yeah, it's definitely it's unique, but it fits the bill perfectly, I think. I like how it goes. I like it.
I mean, this is the man that did the music in Dallas, y'all. Who shot JR and all that shit? Come on, man.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, he did Motel Hell.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, let's get the guy from Motel Hell. Let's do that." All right.
You're on to something.
That's wild, man. That is wild. Let me see. What else?
Well, what do you think about the music, Dylan? You didn't say anything.
Oh well, no. I mean, you really touched on it the best. I mean, I think it's great. I think it works perfect. It's a little subtle at times, definitely. Sometimes, I mean, it's not like really out there and like really, bombastious. I feel like it works perfect for what the movie's trying to say. It's more of like, like it feels real small town, like a small town movie, and it just I like what it does, man. It doesn't try and be super big, and I think it works perfect for what the movie's trying to do.
Exactly. But, it's the whimsy, the bits of whimsy really like accentuate the comedic elements of it.
Yeah,
definitely. But at the same time, it is kind of unnerving in a certain way compared to other, like they're using the right notes. And like if you just listen to like the bits where it's like most of the themes, like these like high right hand piano notes that are almost like not super harmonic together with these like string bits that are doing their own little thing. And it's almost like the strings are playing as if it's the left hand on the piano. And it really works. I just wish am I going to have to find a physical copy of this soundtrack? Because I don't like doing that shit. Who listens to CDs anymore, man?
Physical prints support it.
I know, and then you even hear like those little like the triangles. You even hear a little ting, here and there too, which I really like. I was trying to mute it so I could hear it. But that would be one good thing the Scream Factory should do, for like some of these more obscure movies, like that are harder to find because it's easier to find. You can look up on Apple Music and stuff and find a lot of the soundtracks. But for something like this, it'd be cool if they just threw, like a little extra, soundtrack in there, man. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it would justify the price a little bit too.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, that's definitely the way to really get the best taste of the music is watching the intro or the main menu.
I'm trying to do a bit.
But yeah, I think it's great, man. It's really, it sets a nice vibe for it,
Yeah.
A really creepy tone to it when it needs to, and kind of gives it, the comedic feel to it as well. It's light.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it works great for what the movie's trying to do and say. I'm trying to think what's the next thing. Let's see. So obviously the ending is one of the bigger things. So the sheriff's brother is Vincent, and he finds out that Vincent is gonna get married to this hot young blonde dame who he wants to totally jump bones on, you know, and
Gotta knock in the boots.
knock boots, and he thinks there has to be something wrong, that he must hypnotized her or something, or he's taking her against her will. So he just totally busts in on her when she's in the bathtub and starts dogging on Vincent, and Vincent kicks his ass to the curb, which is so funny. I love that.
He really does, man.
It is just wild though that this beautiful dame is, you know, going for this guy too. It's something.
She's got issues, man. She's got issues.
Hey, she just lost her man too, which she moved on pretty quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say
moved on pretty quick.
Questions.
Yeah.
Yo,
well, what am I supposed to do? I guess you can stay here for a while. What?
Yeah.
Call somebody. You got a phone? Let me
right.
But I guess the idea is that she doesn't have anybody, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Yo, that reminds me of the sheriff when he meets the swinging couple. He ma'am, and like the swinger boyfriend, he says, I don't forget what he says, but the gist of it was like, this guy looks like he fucks. He was like, you get down, man. He was like, you know, and it was just it was just a funny scene, man.
It was.
Hey, thanks for jumping in, Mark. Have a great night, brother. Love you. Sorry, Robbie, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. You didn't. I mean, it's just, at that scene, it starts really switching gears.
Yeah.
It's like we're going into fifth gear now. Let's go.
Like, all right, let's go. Yeah, but the ending of the movies where, you know, I'd say the bigger horror elements start coming, like the more obvious horror elements start coming into play.
Chainsaw fight.
That chainsaw fight is one of the most boring fucking things, man. Like it
just doesn't work. It does. It would never happen. It's not ideal either. Once they touch, it would stop.
Yeah, exactly. And as soon as you let go of a chainsaw, it stops. Like they don't just keep running and shit. Like, but it's okay, whatever. Chainsaw fights are always fucking weird. This one goes on a little bit too long.
Especially
the chainsaw fight in Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
I was just gonna say, or when she's dancing with them.
Yeah, but it's not the best either. But like, at least they don't take too fucking long. Yeah. This is like a 10-minute fucking chainsaw fight, man.
Yeah,
and it's just like,
yeah.
Like it's like, god damn, speed this shit up. Come on.
Yeah. At least they use the weird awkwardness in Chainsaw Hookers for the weird dancing, you know.
Yeah.
Who
doesn't want to see Linnea dance with a couple chainsaws? She's all nude and shit, got snake tattooed on her, bro. Like, come on, man.
Oh, whew. I ain't mad at it.
It's hot up in here.
Is it Linnea or is it Elvira? Or is it both?
Shit.
But
it's both, man. They both still slap. Let's do it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man, it's a funner. And I mean, him putting on that damn pig mask too. It's like, that's not ideal either, boss. Like,
if that was, here's one thing. If that bit was put in there earlier, and it is a little bit when they're scaring the kids, right?
Yeah.
But like, they don't use the pig head bit again. Like if like this is what he did to get into character to like chop people up, it makes sense. Like, why the fuck does he randomly put on this shit? Like, his brother knows what the fuck is up, right? But I guess his brother is not still supposed to know that that's him, I guess, in that scene. Whatever. It's an iconic image.
Yeah.
But like, it could have been set up a little bit more. I think.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was where, like, you know, it was kind of like I like you said, if that's what he did to like get into character before he like cut up meat or grind whatever, that would have been cool. But you know, the imagery of it doesn't really play out in the movie. Like it's you know, it's almost like I can't think of the word, but it doesn't play a significant role as you would think based on like how much they use it.
Yeah, and it doesn't really make sense to the character.
Yeah.
Right? Like why he does that. Like, it makes more sense for Ida to do that to me than him. And I want to say that that's Ida that's wearing it
At the beginning,
when she scares the kids.
yeah,
Right?
I
That's
think
her.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's her because she's wearing the overalls and
I'd
it's
say, and
obviously
it
a
feels
different body
more
shape.
like her too than
Yeah.
Vincent.
Yeah,
Because he's a little bit more serious. You know, he tries to be more serious, I feel
the
like.
scary part about Vincent is that he looks like any Southern Baptist preacher and Jimmy Dean at the same time. And he acts like that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like he acts like that. Like y'all, I know y'all know some Jimmy Dean sausage. What the fuck were we eating, man? You know what I'm saying? We don't know. He was way too happy to be somebody that sold sausage.
Yeah.
The best there is.
Smoked meats, man.
Oh,
Just smoking these people. And like I love the that you get to see a little bit of the like how it works where they like he has to cut the limbs off, he has to gut it out, then he puts it on the rack and they spin it over into that room where they're smoking them and all that kind of shit. And I love his secret garden and also the fucking dipshit from the health department that like they're just waiting to fucking kill him. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I got you a surprise, honey. I got your surprise, sis. And she's like, oh yes, it's Bob. And his name was Bob, right? Bob?
Yeah.
Bob?
Yeah.
What about Bob, y'all? Alistair.
I love too when he
I announced my wish.
I love when he catches him too, like peeping the heads, and he's like, "Here for another spot check, Bob."
Yeah. Whack.
Just, oh man, that's a good one. I love that.
He is definitely the best performer in the film.
Yeah, he definitely is, man. He's great, man.
I got a question for you guys. I want to know what you think this movie's trying to say.
That's a big one, definitely.
Yeah, I want to know.
I feel, I mean, I kind of touched on it here and there. I know Billy said like what you kind of think about the meats, and that's the biggest takeaway for me. I mean, I'm definitely more curious because I feel like I'm always so bad at what like what movies are always trying to say. But for me, the biggest, you know, the one that is just right in my face is that, you know, you really don't know what the hell is in these meats because we just pick them up from the store or we just get it handed to us, you know, like we really have no clue what preservatives are in these. And we know that there's a shit ton of them. Like, even when people say there's no preservatives, this is all natural, we don't really know that, you know what I'm saying? Just because the shit, like it says it in the ingredients list, doesn't mean that's true. I mean, maybe I don't know what steps these foods have to go through, you know, to be, you know, considered, you know what I mean, to get through, you know, or pass the approval. But I still, no matter what, I feel like I'll never truly believe what the ingredients are in this stuff, you know. And I feel like that's a big part of the movie.
The same message as say the stuff, right? Where it's about like what we're consuming.
Yeah,
that's 100% in there, man.
Yeah, definitely.
It may be organic, but is it organic human?
Yeah, right.
Like, did you say human or did you say human?
I said chuman.
What do you think, Steph?
You guys touched on it earlier. Actually, I didn't realize until you said it, but kind of like the theme of hypocrisy, and the levels of justification people will go through in order to reason with their hypocrisy. Like Vincent, you know, he was kind of, you know, like he had all his morals and thought he knew he was doing the right thing, or in his eyes was doing the right thing. Didn't use preservatives. At the end, we find out my man was using preservatives. Ida watched a bunch of religious stuff and was trying to be, you know, and her act was to be very understanding and nurturing, but she was kind of jealous of the blonde girl, you know, of her relationship with her brother. The sheriff thought by him being the guy who kind of helps everybody doing the right thing, he should kind of have stuff like, not really lauded at him, but like he was kind of jealous of his brother. Like, I'm doing the right thing. Why isn't stuff working out for me? Like, you know, just, you know, people kind of being hypocrites throughout the film. I didn't really peep that until you guys mentioned that, but definitely like one of the themes is hypocrisy and the levels of what people will go through to justify it.
Yeah, 100%.
Heck yeah, good point.
Thank you guys. You guys helped me.
That's a good one, definitely. Robbie,
thank you.
So we, as always, we are wondering what the master thinks this is trying to say.
Well, like Steph said, there's the hypocrisy idea. And like you said, there's the what's in the shit that we're eating idea, right? But along with the hypocrisy bit is the idea of justification of heinous behavior, right? And so, for instance, you could be I'm just going to be using Christianity as a go-to, but you could emplace anything for any culture. But those that that are, let's say, holy rollers, right? Or those in the Bible Belt that we call them the Bible thumpers, right? And I used to be one of them, right? So I know the hypocrisy that lies with it. And the way that you use your beliefs, your belief system to justify heinous behavior. Ida was totally justified in trying to drown what's her name because she thought that she was a whore. She thought that she was sinful. She thought that she was distracting Vincent from his purpose, right? From God's mission, right? So there's that. They could have leaned into that a little bit more, but they put just enough. It was just enough. Like her watching that shit lets you know everything you need to know, right?
Yep.
And then Vincent. This is a dude that was like, you cannot have sex with me or show me your breasts until we're married, right?
Yeah.
Has no qualms with eating people because meat's meat. And what God made is good to eat, right? Like God made dirt, it don't hurt. God made human flesh, so let's get blessed. I don't know what you do there. I don't know the rhyme, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's about how like you can use a belief structure that other people will see you and they'll be like, that's a righteous man. That's a righteous woman. But meanwhile, you're doing terrible things. You're treating people like shit. You're eating human flesh. You know, you're a rapist, but you're the sheriff of the town and still the hero of the movie, right? Maybe that's intentional. Maybe that's intentional. Yeah. Maybe the idea is that, like, we're all shit, man. And just because someone says, I prescribe to this idea doesn't mean, like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could use the Bible, the Quran, the Talmud, and the Torah. You could use all these religious texts as justifications for heinous behavior, for treating people like they're less than you. And that's what happens in this movie. How many religious people have you come across in your life? How many upright citizens of society have you come across in your life who treat other people like they're below them, right? What's treating you more like you're below somebody than fucking not just eating them? Like, they go beyond Hannibal Lecter. They fucking farm people, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's what it is to me. It's the hypocrisy in certain belief structures and religious systems. It's the idea of what is in our food. But overall, for me, it's the idea of using scripture and holy texts and religious thinking as justification for treating other people like they're less than you, like they're cattle, like they're fodder, like they're dumb. You know, and one thing we learn about Cliff Clavin is that he's not necessarily dumb. He's a smart kind of dumb. You know what I'm saying? But no, I mean, that's the idea. Is they're using their belief system to kind of almost justify and ignore the fact that they're treating people like fucking meat. You know, and that's to me what it's about. Take it out of the eating of human flesh and just experiencing human flesh in other ways, right? We've all watched Hellraiser. We know what that means, right? But there are plenty of people that are uprighteous politicians or high-head figures of society that indulge in very carnal and not so kosher kind of means of sexual gratification and pleasure, right? And those that speak loudest against sexual depravity are always those that are most steeped in it. You know what I'm saying? Just like Vincent claiming he didn't use preservatives. Everything was natural. God made man, God made animal, God made meat. Let's eat it. Let's be blessed by the Lord. But at the same time, fucking eating people, man. Come on. Bruh. Come on. Anyway, that's what I think.
Well said.
Heck yeah.
Mike.
That's why you're the king.
I prefer the term Kang.
Kang?
I'm the Kang. Not the
You're the
king.
king. You're
The king of the cheapenation. Let's do it. What?
So, is there anything else we want to maybe mention before we get into the rating?
Just that anybody that hasn't should watch this film.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Where's it streaming? You saw on Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime. I think it's on Tubi. If you don't have it,
Yeah.
I'm like 99% sure it's on Tubi. It's always been on Tubi.
Nice.
And man, I'm sure you can get the Blu-ray that Robbie has for maybe like $15 or less, and this
Super
is
cheap right now.
probably maybe like 20. You know, it's a very reasonable price Blu-ray.
I need to upgrade, but then my dumb ass is going to want to keep both, so I have all 3 covers.
Yep. That's how I am.
This comes with the DVD too. That to me is the most meaningless fucking bullshit on a Blu-ray. They're like, oh, it's a Blu-ray and a DVD. Right. What am I going to fucking do with the DVD?
Never.
You know what I do with my DVDs? I loan them to Brooks when we have to do a movie night. And he has
So I guess it comes in handy for that. But
we should have had Brooks on tonight.
Yeah.
Brooks would have thought this movie was about punk rock anti-authoritarianism. Is whatever. I can't speak. Anti-authority shit.
Station Brooks.
Which you can kind of pick up on the idea with the FDA. They've been allowing this shit forever. What are they looking at, right, Steph? What is the Food and Drug Administration looking at when they're looking at this meat? They're just looking for disease, right? So as long as it's fresh, that's why they keep the humans alive, right? As long as it's fresh, as long as it's clean, you think nobody's sitting there taking every little granule of this ground up meat, seeing what is what? You know what I'm saying? I've heard the thing that if you eat hamburger from like a grocery store, that's from like possibly like 100 different cows, that meat, right? Right? So like they don't, like how regulated is our food?
Right. No, that's good question. It was like you said, it would take too much time for them to sample every little inkling of meat and stuff like that to see what's what, and they just want to make sure it's edible, like you said, disease free.
Yeah.
Get these people fed.
Exactly. So this movie is a little bit anti-authority. Yes. Sorry, I drank that one gin and tonic real quick because it was actually a gin and club soda, and it was nasty as fuck.
As long as it gets
no
the job
worries,
done.
brother. All right. So the rating, my guys. And then we'll get into a little show and tell. I think I only really have like one thing, but it's a really cool thing that I've been waiting to show. If anyone has seen Motel Hell, down in the chat, be sure to throw your rating down below at 1 to 5 you digs or 1 to 5 slips. You know the drill, peeps. Steph, my brother, what do you want to give this tonight, my man?
Based off of my enjoyment of it, and I want to give it a rewatch because it's my first time. I only did the one viewing, but based off that one viewing and how much it had me involved with it and entertained, I want to give it a solid 4 out of 5 slips.
Hell yeah. I
want to go back and re-diagnose it, but Travis is on the right. 4 out of 5. I think it's definitely a movie that you'll go back and watch and pick up different things on different viewings. So I can always appreciate stuff like that.
Hell yeah, dude. Definitely.
It's respectable.
Robbie, what do you want to give it tonight, my brother?
4.
4?
4 you digs. Why? Because it's a satirical piece on 70s horror. In particular, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. A little bit of Psycho thrown in there. It's making that, to me, a rather profound statement on the treatment of humans and the justification of it through, let's say, religious means or whatever, or wherever your place in society is, like the sheriff who's able to just try to rape any blonde that shows up in town and it's okay. He takes them to the lookout point. You know, I mean, that's his plan, right? He just scares everybody off. We're going to watch a drive-in movie. You're the sheriff. You couldn't get into the drive-in movie for free anyway. So I really like it. I think the music's pretty solid. It's decent. And the movie is good. It's got really great performances. It's got some good effects. But for the most part, it's just about the satirical take and theme that it's making on. It's funny, everything about it. The performances and the music accentuate that, lead into one goal towards the end. And when it ends with that line of him going, "I've lied my whole life is a lie. I've used preservatives." Kills it. 4 out of 5. I think for that movie, this is super high. This is basically a 4 out of 5 for this is a 5 you digs. Almost. You get what I'm saying?
Heck yeah. Dude, I could not agree more. I give it a 4 out of 5 all day. It's a really good time, and it's a fun watch, and I really enjoy just sitting down and laying back and just enjoying the show on this one, man. And I almost feel transported to the 1980s when I watch it too. Like, it totally feels like from that generation, you know. And I love it, man. It's a lot of fun, man. And I think everything works perfect for it. I think it is what it is. It's not trying to be anything more. It's Motel Hell, you know what I mean? And it's fun, man, and it's very unique, man. It might take from, you know, like we said, Texas Chainsaw, or maybe a little bit of some Norman Bates from How Vincent Acts, and then, you know, a little zombie action in there too. But it comes together one clusterfuck to make a fun movie, man. And I do enjoy it, and I always have, man. I've always thought it was a great movie. I remember one of the first times I watched it, I was like, you know, it took a second, but once I got into it, I was like, this is awesome, dude. You know, it was so good. You know, at first you're like, you know, I don't know. And then once you get into it, you're zoned in, man. You're like, this.
That's how it was for me.
You know, dude, it's a fun one, dude, definitely. So, yeah, 4 out of 5, 4 slips all day, man. 4 slips. So, man, that's a big station from all of us. 4s all around, man. So we'll give that a 4.0/69, dudes.
Station.
So that will conclude the review, and we'll get into show and tell here.
One more thing, Dylan. One more thing. I just thought of this while I was taking a whiz. So PETA, right? Like the super like anti-animal cruelty organization, they put out this whole ad for Thanksgiving where it was a human being stuffed, right? And it was like, what if it was you getting stuffed? This movie takes you through that journey. So maybe there's a vegetarian slant to it, right?
Wow, yeah.
Like honestly, you're treating humans like the way they treat pigs and cows and shit like that, and like, man, but it's not too on the nose with it, right?
No, so, absolutely.
Yeah,
definitely not. And TM, my boy, gave it 4 slips as well, man. So hell yeah, bro.
Nobody
Seems
else
like we all agreed tonight. But Steph, did you have anything you wanted to show up for show and tell tonight, my brother? It don't.
Well, no, I mean,
whatever
you
want.
Every week, Steph. Every week.
Diving into. I've had these. I just gotta. I'm missing. I've been hearing the backlog crew mention this lately. So I read like the first 3 issues, but I think I'm missing 4. Let me see.
Which one you missing?
Issue 4?
Yeah. No, issue 5.
5.
And so I took a break from it.
Message me that you're missing issue 5, please.
Okay, gotcha.
Just to remind me about it. I may have it, and I still haven't sent off those mystery boxes, so just let me know.
Okay. Appreciate it. But no, yeah, I just I've been my singles. I've been a little backlogged on it lately. So, but I've been like reading like whole runs instead. I just got done reading Mr. Miracle by Tom King. I've been sitting on that for years, unfortunately. It's bad, my reading habit. But I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
Never.
At least the next Tom King book you'll read will be good.
You didn't like Mr. Miracle?
No, I loved Mr. Miracle. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the way to go with him, actually. I know this is going off topic, but I think like the 12-issue maxis or the 10-issue 8 issues, whatever he does, soloing on a character, it's the way to go for him.
Definitely.
Omega Man was dope.
Even I don't know about Batman and Catwoman.
And Vision.
Vision. Yeah, well, yeah, that was what that was 12.
Yeah, 12 issues.
Yep.
Omega Man was 12 issues.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Mr.
shit,
Miracle,
yeah.
12 issues. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Rorschach
that's
12 issues too.
Rorschach sucks. Don't read it.
Strange.
Yeah. Batman Catwoman, you're not liking either, right? I dropped it because I started falling off it.
I haven't liked a Tom King book since Mr. Miracle, I don't think, man.
Yeah.
Not in the long run. I like them for a moment. Like Rorschach and Strange Adventures were really good.
Yeah.
Until the endings.
Yeah.
But that's just me, man. Y'all may feel different. Somebody vacuuming?
No, that was my heater. I didn't know if Steph had anything else. My bad.
No, yeah, sorry.
Oh no, you're good, my brother.
Prepared.
Man, you show whatever, brother. Robbie, you got anything?
Bro, you know I got some stuff.
Hell yeah.
First of all, I got this new shirt.
Yeah, that's fire.
Look at that.
Mistress of the Dark. Did you get that from the con?
No, I got this from Fright Rags. They were doing a Black Friday sale. They did a Black Friday sale. They started. Yeah, they started Black Friday sale on like Sunday or Monday, but they were out of the Evil Dead long sleeve I wanted, so I'm waiting for that to come back.
I've always wanted to order some stuff from Fright Rags because they're a little pricey.
It's the same prices that I was paying for shirts and hoodies at the con. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, anyway, I got some movies. I got some new movies. All right.
Hell yeah.
Look at that.
Nice.
Not a good movie. Not a good movie, but a great soundtrack. But yeah, got the slip, bruh. Look at that. Had to get this off eBay, but I got the slip.
Really?
Yeah, got very excited for that because I know that very soon we're doing this one, baby.
Hell yeah.
I had to get Exorcist 3. And if I'm getting Exorcist 3 and I already have one, I can't help but get 2.
Right.
There you go. Also, just picked this up because it was on sale with a coupon.
Oh, nice.
It's called Fright Rags, Perry, with a FRIGHT.
Perry, don't be getting all my fucking shirts and shit. Anyway, Criterion just did their sale. You know, their 50% off sale. Again, they do it like twice or 3 times a year. So I had to get my David Cronenberg classic, baby.
Nice.
Yes.
That's probably my favorite Criterion I own. Either that or Night of the Living Dead.
It's great, man. It's great. Good old Mike, the voice Matthews, hooked me up with this. But I got my Frankenberry from the cereal. Like, so General Mills cereal this Halloween did like toys and the cereals again. And they were like the Halloween, like costumed cereal mascots. And then the monsters. This was the last one I needed. This was the 1 in 50. It was the rare one.
Oh, wow.
I have all of them now, man.
You got them all?
I got them
you
all.
Got all the monster cereals or you got all the toys?
There's Boo Berry and there's Frankenberry. I got all of them, bro.
Oh, sick, dude.
There is Lucky as an astronaut. So they're in Halloween costumes.
So you got Count Chocula then too.
There is the Cinnamon Toast Dude as a pumpkin and Trix the Rabbit as a superhero.
Dude, that's awesome.
I know. There is Cuckoo the Bird, the Sunny, my bad, from Cocoa Puffs as the Mummy.
Sunny the Mummy. Sunny the Mummy.
Sunny the Mummy. And to just finish it off, there's Buzz
Nice.
as a bat. There is the Cookie Crisp dog as a skeleton. And yes, I have Count Chocula. So look at that. I have all of them, y'all, now. I did it. We have all of them. Thank you, Mike. I really appreciate that.
Dude, that's awesome, bro.
Also
that's
picked this up.
Perfect for you, man.
I pre-ordered this. Just came out this week.
Sick.
Oh,
ooh,
sweet.
Little diamond.
Yeah, she's the diamond edition. So she's in a red dress that's like all glittery, and she's holding a human heart, y'all.
Oh, wow.
See that?
Cool touch.
Yeah.
I always wanted to get an Elvira Funko, too.
Me too. I don't have one, right?
Yeah.
And Brooks, my man Brooks. So back in the day when I upgraded in like the year 2000 to DVD from VHS, I gave him all my old VHS, and he found some of them. So I just want to show some. He gave them back to me just today. So these are the ones that he found. These are the ones that he found. But I got a couple here I really want to highlight.
What?
Oh, shit.
Vampire
no
Hunter
way.
Game. Yep,
nice.
on VHS, baby.
Yeah.
Right?
Does he
Yo,
ever watch?
OG.
Does he watch VHSs ever still, or is that was a while ago?
We don't want I gave like back in the year like 21 years ago. I gave him my VHS collection.
Yeah,
and he's giving them me back. And here's the other one, y'all. You don't know how much this means to me to have this back.
Oh no! Wow.
Look at that.
Dude,
and look,
I had the
it's
same
rewound.
one.
It's
Wow.
rewound. Bruh, I cannot tell you. I felt like a bigwig with my CRT. Is that what you call the boob tube TVs, right?
Yeah.
I had a flat screen and I had like a super high resolution VHS, like VCR or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? No. I had my like little fucking stereo with like the 6 speakers that you get at Walmart back in the 90s, right? I had that shit all hooked up, and like I watched this shit like so many times, man. I was like, listen to the bass tones on the fucking VHS, bro. So
yo, Stephen Dorff is super underrated in that as a villain.
Yeah, so that's what I got. I got my 2 VHSs.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I got my Elvira Pop, and I got my new movies: Videodrome, Creepshow 2, Exorcist 2. Exorcist 3.
Sick, dude. Hey, is that the new Bride of Frankenstein Funko behind you next to the They Live John Nada?
And this is the old one. That's the
old
first one.
Dude, they did a new Bride of Frankenstein.
I didn't know.
They did a Wolfman and a Bride of Frankenstein, and I want that bride.
I missed out, man.
They're Walgreens exclusives.
Yeah, they've been doing that. So they did that one, which was the Frankenstein with that. And
I got that one, so I really wanted the bride, man.
And I got the Dracula with the candle too.
Yeah, I got the Dracula. And then Mike sent me the black and white Invisible Man last year.
He did.
But I got
it. You know why he sent that to you? Because I said, nah, man, I don't want the black and white one.
Yeah. hey, you're lost. But I don't care. I told him too, because he's such a good toy hunter, man. I was like, let me know if you can find that freaking black and white or the Bride of Frankenstein one for me.
I want that. What's the difference?
It's just, it's gonna look a little bit updated,
Nice.
It probably just looks a little bit better. It's probably like literally the same thing, just a little bit molded better and painted better.
Yeah, all the early ones are super basic.
And the Wolfman looks a little bit different. He has like his foot caught in a trap and stuff. The Wolfman one's really cool too.
Because they're all kind of like this. They're all like that typical old school pose, right? The Wolfman one I have is up here.
They're posed a little bit different, I think, but I'd have to see. Maybe I can pull it up real quick.
Teacher, leave them kids alone. Yo, Perry, I've seen Star Trek TOS, buddy. Come on, brother.
Oh, and then they did another freaking they did another Dracula, which made no sense, but his hands are like out like this. On the Dracula. They do a new Dracula like every year. I'm surprised they didn't do a freaking another Frankenstein.
That's the best one though, man.
The candle one?
Yeah, the candle.
Yeah, that's my favorite one too. So this is them.
Oh yeah.
That's the Dracula, that's the bride, and then
the bride.
The Wolfman, his foot's caught in a trap. The Wolfman is sick, man. Because I gotta have the bride to go with my Frankenstein, and the Wolfman's my favorite, so.
Yeah, Pierre, if you're watching the Star Trek TOS, let's do a show sometime, man. Let's do it.
So for my show and tell, I got this. I think I got this last week, but the freaking Evil Dead Groovy collection.
Bro, that's beautiful, man.
Which it doesn't have Army of Darkness, which I don't really care, honestly, because I'm waiting for the 4K Scream Factory anyways. Plus, I own the Blu-ray on 4K. But it has Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead on 4K. It has the original Evil Dead 2 on 4K. It also has both of them on Blu-ray. So you get a 4K of both, and then you get a Blu-ray of both. And you get Ash versus Evil Dead, the complete series, which is season 1 to 3 on Blu-ray, which I was a little bummed they didn't freaking do the Blu-ray or the TV show on 4K, but I never owned the series, so I'm just glad to own it now. Dude, I love the art. I love the way this looks, though, man.
That's the set, man. Like, where the fuck do you put that? You got to put like you can't put that on your Blu-ray shelf. You got to put that up.
No, I have it. I have it up. I have like a shelf right here, like above on my desktop, and I have it like kind of posed, so I kind of have it like sitting up on the shelf like this.
I was thinking about getting that, man. If that would have come,
I know. I'm still. I was like.
If that would have come out before Scarefest, I would have bought that and had Bruce and Ted sign it.
Yeah, that would be.
You should have.
Well, it didn't come out before Scarefest.
Yeah, that's true. And then it comes with but I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't like when stuff comes in a freaking because it's like a book. And then
that's cool, man. It should have the remake though. It doesn't have the remake, does it?
No. Yeah, it should have. It definitely should have.
So the remake wasn't bad. Guys. Remakes were
and that's another thing I don't like is the way I don't like this.
Yeah.
I don't like how they come out because you wouldn't think, but they get scratched a lot easier trying to take them out of these than they do because of I have my Alien set. I have like all the Alien movies or the first 4 at least in a set like this, and I don't know how, but they have a couple scratches on them here and there, so I'm not a big fan of that. So I was kind of debating on sending it back, but
nobody's a fan of that. Nobody's a fan of that. That's just like fucking lazy packaging. But it's still really cool looking, man.
Yeah.
You could easily take the sleeve away and just have that be like a case. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then these are the first
that DVD that's part of that is like I swear that's the DVD or the Blu-ray from Evil Dead 2 that I already have.
Yeah, I guarantee. So these are the 4Ks. These are the Blu-rays. Then this is the first season of Ash versus Evil Dead. And it has some cool artwork on it. I mean, it's mainly just like the poster art that came with it, or that was promoted for him season 2. And then season 3. And then I actually just put the bonus disc in my Blu-ray player because I wanted to watch it after the show, and then it comes with a bonus disc, which I think is a DVD actually, and I believe it's the Anchor Bay bonus disc that came with Evil Dead. I believe it. I could be wrong. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there was an Evil Dead 1 and 2 box that Anchor Bay did, but I believe it's because when I put it in, the Anchor Bay logo came up. So
that's awesome because the Anchor Bay DVD or Blu-ray that I have of the first one doesn't have any special features really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just has 2 versions of the movie. It should have come with the Necronomicon, though, man.
Right. I was definitely, I was definitely excited to get the bonus disc. I mean, I do think that's cool.
Yeah.
That's dope. And for the price, it's totally worth it for both of those movies plus the series. That's dope.
Well, and I got it.
If you get the Scream Factory Army, you're set. You're golden, bro.
And you already know I got that. Well, I don't have the 4K because I haven't released it, but I already own the Blu-ray. But the artwork on it, and I got it. It went on sale like a week ago, like right before it dropped. It went on sale like $20 cheaper. So I was like, because I wasn't gonna get it, but then it went on sale, and I was like, you know what? I'll check it out since it went on sale. But I just love that artwork, dude. That is just sweet. I wish they just announced like a 4K set for The Lord of the Rings, and it comes with a set kind of like this, but instead of it opening like this, it folds back. So you can pull it back and you could put it on a shelf. And then they come in separate cases too. Yeah, you'd have to see if you look up, it's a brand new 4K set. And they have people doing unboxing and reviews on it, but it literally folds back, and you could put it on a shelf if you want it, so you wouldn't have to keep it like this. Right. So I really like the way the Lord of the Rings did that, because I do want to pick up that Lord of the Rings 4K set soon, but it's
Well,
like
that's-
$220, bro.
Well,
for that
that's also the it's called the Middle Earth Saga, right?
Yeah,
So it's all
and it
3
has-
Hobbit films and all 3 Lord of the Rings.
and it has all the extended cuts. It has like a big bonus. It has a bunch of bonus discs and shit too. So yeah, I want to get that so bad, but $200. But this, man, for like 50, I think it was like 50 to 60 bucks I spent
That's
for
worth it.
Evil Dead 1 and 2 4K and Blu-ray, and then all 3 seasons of Ash vs. Evil Dead. Not too bad. And I mean, honestly, the artwork is sick, dude. I mean, look at the cabin, bro.
Like
I
how
mean,
it's designed.
it pops, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not the craziest on how like it's you know like how the box is designed, but the artwork and everything, sick, dude. Yeah. So that's what I got for show and tell.
Nice. Worth it.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I was wondering if what you guys were gonna think of that. Would that make you want to get it, Robbie, or you still kind of like?
No, I want it, bro.
Yeah. Well, check it while it's on sale. I do like it sitting up on my shelf, man. It looks cool. You know, it's not gonna really sit on your Blu-ray shelf, but I got it sitting on my computer desk, which I like it. It just sucks. It's like just throw like where they punch in. You know, I hate those. You know, the sleeves. I don't like that.
I agree.
But yeah, man. So great show tonight, man. Station everyone. Do you have anything coming up, Steph, that you want to talk about before we get out of here?
Just tomorrow at 6 p.m. the Blame Fable show. We're gonna be going over the movie The Faculty, classic.
Yeah, dude.
I think that's probably it's up there for my favorite Robert Rodriguez film. If not my favorite.
Yo, Fable. What? You know that's my favorite shit. I love Robert
Don't holler at
Rodriguez.
Fable, holler at Steph, man. He should have waited until you were there.
It was a last minute. I'm still working out the movie placement. That was a last minute pick. I'm not gonna lie. But
hey, let me know what
it's a good
time
pick,
tomorrow,
though,
man.
man.
Oh,
Dylan and Robbie approved, man.
Dude, seriously.
Did you guys see how there was a meme? There was a meme making the circuit this week where it was like the Faculty poster, and then it took images of them today, and it was like the Faculty like 20-year reunion.
Yep, I saw that. That's awesome.
I did see that. But yeah, just 6 p.m. tomorrow. Other than that, you know, Whiplash Wednesday. Be having the rants with Brandon, who's also going to be on tomorrow. You better watch the movie if you're watching this. Yeah, nothing much beyond that. I think the next movie we're gonna do. I wanted to do all Christmas themed movies for December.
Yo, you was the bomb in Phantom, Joe.
He's the
Phantom.
That's
the best 2-pack you can get.
Isn't it, bro?
Yo,
because I was gonna just get the Faculty on Blu-ray, but Phantoms is hard to get on Blu-ray. So I was like,
is it really?
It's hard to get on Blu-ray for some reason, man. You can only get it in like
there's only 20 people that want it.
Yeah. and I think it's not even, it might be like a double pack too, and it's like $60. So I was like, dude, I picked it up for like $5. One day I gotta get the Faculty on Blu-ray because, dude, I fucking love the Faculty. It's one of my favorites, bro. Robert Rodriguez, you guys know, we did Planet Terror and shit, man. I adore him, bro. Even Spy Kids, man, when I was a kid. But dude, hell yeah. Nah, dude, I'm watching this tonight, man.
Yeah. I wish we could what time do you if you I mean you're busy, but stop by.
Nah, dude, I might be free. I might not be doing shit, bro. Honestly. So if there's a free spot, let me know and I'll try to jump in.
If
man.
Brandon doesn't watch the movie, kick his ass off and bring in Dylan. Come on, man.
It's on Instagram or StreamYard?
Yeah, Instagram.
Well, dude, what you can only have 4 people on, right?
Yeah.
It's you, Fable, and Brandon, and Herm. Yeah. Well, no worries.
Brandon might not watch the movie though, so there's a good chance.
Well, dude, I mean, I'm gonna watch it no matter what, and I'll be there in the chat. So don't worry about that. But you know, maybe if something happens, I'll pop in for sure. But I'll be there in the chat, no doubt.
Actually, me and Dylan are doing a special bonus episode of Dylan's Horror Show tomorrow night while Steph and Fable are doing their show, we're doing the faculty. Just kidding. Just kidding.
And we're gonna go back and forth.
Like we got a joint channel going on right now, guys. So go watch theirs, go watch ours. Either way, it's a good watch.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that'd be dope, man. I'd love to have you on. But I'll definitely send you guys the movie list I'm thinking of in case you guys wanna make an
me and Dylan and I, we want to do the faculty, but we've decided already it's much better to do that during graduation time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, well,
We're
I'm
smart like
there.
that, me and Dylan.
Yeah, I'm picking up. Thematic.
Hell yeah. But yeah, dude, great pick. Great pick for tomorrow, guys. Great pick, dude. And I can't wait to watch you guys. That's gonna be a great conversation.
Blame Fable tonight. An amazing show.
Hells yeah, bro. Make sure you go fucking follow my guys on Instagram. Robbie, what you got going on, my brother?
Well, first of all, I want to address some controversy in the chat. Billy, no, my favorite Star Wars characters are not Jar Jar Binks and Rose Tycho. My favorite Star Wars characters are the Force, Yoda, and the Emperor. So just so you know, I just want to clarify that. I know people don't think I'm a Star Wars guy because I'm more Star Trek, but like I know Star Wars.
Hell yeah.
Trust me. And everything I've seen in the last everything I've seen in the last my whole life has not been living up to what I saw that came out before I was born. Anyway,
right.
That was also a lot of shade on Return of the Jedi. Just so you know, I don't like Return of the Jedi. Tomorrow night, Rockin' Robbie Live is the official post show for Blame Fable tonight. So check out Rockin' Robbie Live tomorrow night. We'll be talking about Fist of Legend starring Jet Li. We're going to be talking about Venom, Let There Be Carnage. We're going to be doing a special Marvel in the 60s that's inspired by Sam's Tangled Web. R.I.P. Sam. Rest in power, brother. We're doing that. Catch me Monday night at 5 p.m. Central Time over at the Experience, the EXP, where I'm joined with Rex and John from Dynamite Comics. They got a lot of great comics to sell. They do a Dynamite 10-pack, 10 random Dynamite comics for $5. That makes perfect AOKs and stocking stuffers. So be there for that. That's going to be Monday night. And right after that, at 8 p.m. Central Time on Monday night, join me, Brooks, J Strick, and Zach from Comics Bookcase. We're back with Comics Revisited, baby, live. And we're talking about Astro City. The very first 6 issues of Astro City by Kurt Busiek, Brent Anderson, and Alex Ross. That's going to be super, super fun.
Hell yeah.
I look forward to that one.
Definitely, dude.
Yeah, man.
Sick, dude. Ooh, I didn't know the faculty's on Prime too, even though I own it. I just want to see.
It's going to be in HD there, though, man.
Yeah. I know. I got to get the Blu-ray for this, man. I love this movie, man. Phantoms, though, baby. Phantoms.
Liv Schreiber, Rose McGowan.
Yeah, dude, they just announced. You ever watch Ray Donovan? They just announced it because it got cut off the last season. They were supposed to do it one more season, and they finally announced that the movie got the trailer. They're doing a movie to end the show. Yeah, I'll send you the trailer after the show. I'm hyped, bro. It sucks that it's gonna be a movie because then they're ending the show in 2 hours instead of like 8 hours or whatever. You know what they normally would do. But I'm glad that at least it's going to get a send-off instead of just being...
At least it's not happening 20 years later.
True. That too.
Q Deadwood.
That too.
You know
that too.
You know what I'm saying?
But, dude, thanks everyone for coming and hanging tonight. You guys are absolutely the best, man. We always appreciate the support. We can't do this without you. My boy, Billy, man. Dude, Ray Donovan is fucking awesome, bro. So good. I got to go back and rewatch the last season before the movie comes out. Kirby, Billy, my man Fable, my man P Money. Let's see.
P Money.
I know my boy Robbie P was in here. My boy OBO, TM Nerdy, Mike Zero. Thank you as always for the thumbnails. You are the fucking best. Mark the Cuddy Shark came up in here for a second. Luis Alberto, JT. And don't worry, man, dude. Thanks, JT, for talking about Tourist Trap, because that was one I forgot. Jarem, the freaking porn bots. Shout out the porn bots. We made it, baby.
Who would have thought this show went 2.5 hours, man?
I know, right?
For Motel Hell.
My boy Entropy in Comics, Kevin. Let's see. I think it's gonna cut me off. Brother Joe, my boy Two Gun. Big Herm, Carolina Chris came up in here to wish everyone a happy holiday. Thank you, brother. Lord Moon. Cobra Viper. Let's see. I swear I just passed one. And then my boy TK. And if I missed you, my bad. I just cut you off after a certain amount. Let's see. Yep, I think that's it. If I missed you, I love you, man. I appreciate the support as always.
What's next week, Dylan?
That's what I was just gonna say. Because we didn't even talk about it before the show. I literally had it in my head too, and now I forget what was in my head. Hold on, I think I had it in my phone. Oh, the Faculty. No, just kidding.
Hey, that wouldn't be bad.
That would be funny. You know what, man? I was thinking, let's do. I was gonna say that, but I don't. Are they gonna be free? We'll do The Exorcist 3. I was gonna say either that or People Under the Stairs.
I thought we were doing this one, Dylan. That's why I bought this.
No, we are. We're definitely just because you.
Verno's down on any night.
Okay. All right. Exorcist 3. Yeah, we're doing it. I didn't know. I just didn't know. I didn't know what his schedule was like. Okay. Yeah.
Before we get into that, the Christmas horror, we're doing Exorcist 3.
Right? Yeah. True. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. So Exorcist 3, because we got one more week, I think. Yeah. We have to do it. Yeah. Exorcist 3. Yeah, so do your homework. Exorcist 3. I think it might be on Tubi TV. I'm not sure. Or I don't know, because you had to buy it, Robbie. But I know you would probably buy it.
I just bought it just because I wanted to, man.
Yeah.
I love this fucking
dude, it's so fucking good. So we gotta it says it's definitely so it's on IMDb TV for free you gotta watch it with ads, but hey, check it. Oh yeah, they just put it back on Shudder too.
Nice.
They just did. Hey,
because Verno's already, I don't know if he's already watched it, but Verno was like, I already watched Exorcist 2. It's better than you said.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And I'm like, really, Verno?
Yeah, thank you, Kirby, though. I remember they just put Exorcist 3 back on Shudder, so it's on Shudder as well if you haven't seen that. And Fable will be there, and Steph, you will be there too, because if you were on the Exorcist show, you are going to be fucking on there. So I don't know about Perry, though, because I know he's usually really busy. And he has stuff going on with his girl sometimes, but I'm gonna still try and see if he wants to come make it. But definitely, Steph, will you be there next week?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exorcist 3. So yeah, it's on IMDb TV for free, and it's on
Shudder.
Yeah.
Right? Amazon Prime, right?
So we got my man Verno, we got Fable next week, and we got Steph, and we'll see about P Money. But the last time, Brooks was on there.
Yeah, so we'll keep Brooks off this time.
Yeah, so
I don't want to give my Blu-ray to Brooks.
Hopefully, we maybe we'll get. I'm gonna hit up Perry because I want to get him on because that would be dope.
That was the one where you had to keep bringing somebody in, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. Because I was wondering. I was like,
don't tell him, but we'll just keep Brooks off of that
one. Yeah, we're gonna. Hopefully, Perry can make it for sure. But if not, we got freaking Steph, we got Fable, and we got Verno, and it's going to be an awesome show, no doubt.
Hell
yeah, dude. So thank you guys, as always, for hanging out. You guys are absolutely the best. Make sure you do your homework. Exorcist 3, y'all. And then we got some good Christmas horror movies to coming your way, man. It's going to be a fun one. You guys are all the best, man. Station. Peace out.